Hey guys, it's JLD, just laying down, and in today's video we will be interviewing fellow Twitch streamer Games Matter, who currently lives in the UK and is a WWE content creator. He also owns his own e-federation called GMW, Games Matter Wrestling, where he runs matches featuring his community in WWE 2K23. For those who are new to our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to get the most up-to-date info on when we post future interviews and YouTube shorts. Also, make sure to follow us on Twitch, where we are live every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the interview. What's going on, bro? How you doing, Games Matter? How's everything
Hello,
going?
mate. Hello, sir. Hello. Yeah, I'm alright.
I'm happy to have you on.
Yeah, man. Just looking crisp.
Yeah, you're looking fresh with the Hitman outfit.
Yeah, it's Mafia. Hitman, Mafia, whatever. It is what it is. Yes, it's the same outfit I debuted on the Past the Mic. So.
Yes, I was about to say that. That was your debut of the outfit, right? When you did SB's Past the Mic.
I did, yes. That was the debut. Big long.
That was a while ago too.
Yeah, it was last October, because it was a Halloween edition.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
It was the Halloween edition, and the whole thing came about. Dig it, sucker! I've been on SB's. One stayed up to about 5 o'clock my time, just to be on it. Yeah. Tell me I'm not committed. But yeah, he wanted to do. I was in his stream and he wanted to do a Halloween edition. I thought, oh, right, that might be cool. I said to him, well, I was thinking. I was like, oh, I can do this. And I wrote in his Discord, because that's where you have to be if you want to be past the mic. I wrote in his Discord and I said to him, I just wrote in the chat, I said, if you get me on past the mic, I'll come on and bust this suit out. I'll bust the suit out with the glasses and everything. I'll come on and do it.
It looks
obviously,
great.
I was going to say, obviously he saw that and he thought, okay, motherfucker, I'll do it. Okay. Put your money where your mouth is. Boom. And he got me on. And then as I was going on towards past the mic, I was thinking to myself, wait a minute. If this works, if this gets over, to use a wrestling phrase, you know, if people like this, I will do this more often. You know, so I used past the mic as a test run. I was like, okay, past the mic. Oh, yeah. And it worked very effectively. It worked quite a bit. Past the mic, for those of you that don't know, it's just 10 minutes to put yourself out there. That's all it is. Get in there, you get a 10-minute slot just to put yourself out there. If you want to grow your channel and network with other people, it's the perfect way. It's the perfect place to be, or one of the perfect places. He just said, and I just did it, and it got over, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do this more often. Well, not more often. I'm going to do it on a regular cases, but since I've been doing streaming and everything like that, I've had a community challenge. To see if my peeps want to do it more often, want me to wear this more often, not just for Mafia streams, not just for the other stuff that I do, you know, more often, even in GMW, which I'm sure we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
As well, even in the GMW streams, come out with the GMWs, because in my GMW streams, I just shot anything that's on and just go. That's it. Get in there and go. But obviously, people wanted me to do it. It was 50k channel points. The target. It got close to the end, but the time was running out, so I put an extension on it, and I'm glad I did, because people just went ham. So you'll be seeing this a lot more often now in my streams, thanks to my viewers.
Were there any guesses on what your character was when people first saw it? Because I think I even had to ask you too, like what were you before I knew it was Hitman?
It was all about Mafia. I'm a big fan of Mafia. Which is why, funnily enough, at that point, Mafia Trilogy was out cheap. I got Mafia Trilogy on sale around about that point. And I thought, okay, this is where I can start building it up a little bit. I can use this to do the Mafia playthroughs, which I will be doing. I'll be doing Mafia 2 this month, or starting it this month, where I work around the times, of course. But yeah, I started it on there, and I got it in, and I thought, yeah, I can use this, because Mafia, you know, and people see it as Hitman, and it's, you know, it is to what it is, you know, At the end of the day, you have your opinions on it and everything. I think it's mafia, but if you guys think it's a Hitman thing, then it's a Hitman thing. But it is what it is at the end of the day. But it's just something like cosplay. I mean, I've seen a lot of people do cosplay on here, and I didn't
It's
think I was
crazy the amount of people that do.
Yeah, I didn't think I was like having have the capabilities of doing it, because, you know, I mean, the person who's queen of the cosplays, or one of the queens anyway, and that's Sherry Snacks.
Oh, she does fantastic.
Yeah, she's
cosplay and all that.
She's cosplay all day, and I was thinking to myself, I wonder if I can do something like that and just not wear something stupid, but, you know, wear something like this, for example, respectable on stream, and do all that good stuff as well. And yeah, it just came about like that. And I did do it for the Mafia 1 stream that I did, the Mafia playthrough, the Mafia 1. I'm looking forward to playing Mafia 2 because I believe that's the best one out the lot. Yeah, it just went on from there. And like I say, now with the 50k channel points that the community gave me and put out there for me and everything like that, and got me.
That was the lot, right? Like with the pile.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to go 100,000. I just want to keep it a nice, respectable number that they actually can go to. And I've seen a lot of people go. I mean, my community is not that big. It's pretty much everybody's community as well, because the communities I'm in pretty much come to me, and all that, vice versa. Like I say, we all eat off the same plate. We're all one big happy family as far as I'm concerned. I'm not here to compete with anybody. I'm here to have fun. You know,
that's what it's supposed to be. At the end of the day, it's just supposed to have fun, and that's when the energy shows. If you're working too much, it's gonna show.
Yeah, I'm here to meet new people. That's all I'm here to do. You know, meet new people, make acquaintances, make friendships, and hopefully they'll last a lifetime and all that stuff. You know, subs have never bothered me. Although I'm very appreciative of what I've get, but you're not going to find me on here begging for things and everything like that. It's not gonna happen. I'd rather quit streaming than do that. But yeah, it got me to there, so I kept it. It was a respectable number, and it worked, and people wanted to see more of it, and they're going to get their wish.
Here we are.
Get their wish.
Charon, I do appreciate the resub. I did see it for 18 months. Let's freaking go. So games matter. So obviously a lot of us do know you. We've seen you around a lot of the communities, SB, Camp, Fredo, literally everybody you could think of. So there might be a few people in this chat that I either know IRL or maybe from different communities. So for those who may not know who you are, introduce yourself to the stream, introduce yourself to Couch Talk, who you are, what you do, what do you stream, your schedule, where you from, anything that you think would be worth them knowing about you as we start the interview.
I'm loving the clips below, by the way. There's some
absolutely
some crazy clips that I've got from my stream. Yes, for those of you that don't know, my name is Games Matter. I'm a variety streamer at best, because I'm not the kind of person that just plays one game. You know, that kind of thing. If you do that, then salute. But I'm a variety streamer at best that plays mostly WWE 2K games. And the reason I do play WWE 2K games is because, one, I have a thing for my viewers called Games Matter Title, which they can come in and redeem on my stream. They can redeem 3,500 channel points, or they can go 100 bits as well. Anyone, either order, doesn't matter. Because if you donate 100 bits and you have the title match and you lose, you've still got the 3,500 points to play with, vice versa. It's only one redeem per stream, and I've just did a money in the bank thing as well, which is like a loophole, if you will, to get over there. So you don't have to use your points or the bits. Or you could do, if you want, you can use the points, the bits, and then use that. That still counts as well. So I've just got off doing that. I already have a winner for that. I will be redeeming that again tomorrow when I come back from work, because I will be streaming again tomorrow. But yeah, it's basically WWE 2K for that, but also for my number one thing that I do on my channel, besides everything else, which is growing to the top, and people have enjoyed it. People have enjoyed it. To the max as well, and that's GMW. GMW stands for Games Matter Wrestling, and it is an E-Fed wrestling promotion that I'm very, very passionate about. And if you don't
You have to
believe
be
me,
with those promotions.
yeah. And if you don't believe me, go around the stream and ask people that have came in and see it, and they see my passion. Especially Just Slacker Will. Shout out to you on that one, because you gave me some good
Unpartnered.
yeah, yeah. You gave me some good feedback one time when I went in the stream about it as well, which I was very, very grateful for. And people love it, and it's an interactive series, which means if you have the game, you can get involved. However, for this one coming up, 2K23,
Comes out tonight.
yeah, which I'll be getting tomorrow because I'm getting the deluxe edition. For that, it came to the point that I am now going to open up the ante a little bit. Not only if you have the game and you have a character that you want to be a part of, or you want it to be a part of the GMW, upload that to community creations using the hashtag GMW, and let me know, and I'll download it. It doesn't matter if it's on doesn't matter if it's on PlayStation, PC, or Xbox, because community creations now is cosplay, it's crossover. So crossplay for now, it's crossover as well, so I can get anyone I want, which is what they should have done to begin with. But also now, if you don't have the game and you're not into this kind of stuff like me, but you want to be a part of it because it's fun and it's tremendous and it's entertaining and everything, well, feel free to send me a picture of your face looking like this right now. If I take my glasses off, send me a picture of your face like this right now. Obviously not like this, but of your face facing the camera, and then send me that, and send me any details you want me to add, any tattoos, stickers, logos, like a JLD logo, for example, or whatever. Anything you want me to add to your character, I will create the character for you, and then we'll go from there. But there's one thing I never do. I want to work with the person on this, so you have to be beside the message, preferably on Discord, unless you can get me on Twitch, the Twitch DM as well, because I will never use your character unless you're not happy with it. If you're not happy with the character, I could work and make things right to the point where you're satisfied, I'm satisfied, we move on, and then you can have the fun as well. So I'm opening that for 2K23's GMW as well.
So, and just to be clear, this is all done like in the game itself, right? Creating wrestlers and like I know now you can create arenas in like the new 2K editions. You can create your own belts. It's crazy the amount of like stuff that you could customize compared to back in the day.
A lot of people come up to me or come by my stream probably and think, oh, he creates the GMW, and all he's done is putting on matches and everything like that. He's booking matches and all sorts of that.
Yeah, no. I could put the fake belt.
Put the fake belt. Yeah, there's more to that than meets the eye. There's more to that than meets the eye than what I do anyway. I do belts, the arenas. I book the matches. Maybe create the wrestlers. Definitely download the wrestlers from the community creations, depending on who it is. And it's not just that as well. There's a few other bits of talent on there as well, because they do have some good communities. They do have some good wrestlers on the community creations as well. So I might nick a few here and there just to put into the thing as well, depending on what situation it is. But yeah, it's an interactive series, no matter what. So
yeah, I pre-ordered the game and I'm excited for it. So one of the things I want to start doing on my stream is like making members of the community. And going back to what you said about like it's that's one thing I actually learned, is that it's not just making matches and just having it play on the screen as you talk with chat. Like there's thought put into it. Like whether you're putting a storyline out for a particular character you made, or if it's just you're trying to like tell a story with like the matches as they go on, like going from, I don't know, WrestleMania over to SummerSlam, just as an example. It's crazy, like the thought that gets put into those matches. Like just like you, the Champ TCR does the same thing. There's a few others that are in that community that do the same thing.
But I don't know how Champ TCR does it. I have seen his thing, but with me, and I've had this said to me by Jay Big Dog as well, he appreciates the fact that I put the effort into it. Because what I do with
Exactly.
mine, because what I do with mine, I don't just make the matches as well. It's more to that as well. I now am streaming through a PC, and I'm streaming through OBS, and I'm streaming through all of this, which allows me to create adverts and promotions and stuff like that for maybe upcoming events that I'm doing, like Back in Business April 29th, or another one that I'm going to be doing as well in 2K23, my own version of Stand and Deliver. I'm going to show WWE and NXT how it's done. Well, the E-Fed way, of course, as well. You know, put video promotions for that as well. I also get inspiration from ECW, the old ECW back in the day. I've been watching some of their old ads as well, and just trying to incorporate that as well. Basically, when you come into my stream, my GMW is more like a Monday Night Raw, a Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's what I'm aiming it to be like. A lot of people can't get into that way. Like I say, I don't know how...
Or they don't have the time.
No, or they don't have the time, of course. Or they can't hack the hard work that it takes to put into it. But
yeah, like look at that arena in the clip that's playing right now. It has your logo, it has the ring apron on the side with Games Matter on it. Like, that's like hard work. Like, I haven't played a 2K game in so long, but I can just see how crazy it's gonna get when I'm actually doing this myself. So
the logos
to you.
The logos are definitely from a site called flamingtext.com. Let me double check that.
I feel like I may have used that in MySpace days. I just have that feeling.
Yeah, flamingtext.com. And that's where I do all my logos. That's why I do all my logos and all my stuff that I need to do, like the writing stuff of it as well. Like you seen with that clip there with the Games Matter stuff in there, that's from Flaming Text as well. And like I say, with the logo from GMW as well, which you put on the promo thing, that's from Flaming Text as well, because that is a really good site in respects of getting the logos and getting the style of logo that you want, pretty much. And it's very, very, very good on that as well.
Ola, I appreciate you. 5-Star Gaming, welcome in. Ken Smash, I got your questions. I'm going to ask them very shortly. My two bros,
Ola,
welcome
I love
in as
you.
well. We love Ola. Let's go.
Ola,
go lay down on your
you.
back. Let them know, my two bros.
Ola, if you were standing here right now, I'd be hugging you to death. Let me tell you. If you were near me right now, you'd be getting the biggest hug ever from me.
My two step bros, let them know. So what I like to do, and you probably already know this, Games Matter, but I like to prioritize the chat's questions over mine, because usually I usually have like my set of questions, and then I add some twists to it based on the streamer. But we got actually 3 questions from Ken Smash, and everybody in chat, you guys are more than welcome to ask any questions. There's a channel point there, just ask the question there, bring it on, and as he said, bring it. Let's go. And for anybody that's interested in hitting him up with a follow or hitting up his social medias, ! guest in the chat will get you all of his information. It's his Twitch account, and the Linktree account is there as well.
Yeah, I've just smashed 2,300 followers as well, so thank you to everybody that's made that possible.
Let's go.
You know, I've lost a few, but I lose a few, but I gain a lot more, let me tell you.
People leave the journey, and that's not, and like, it is what it is at the end of the day.
I'm not thinking it, like I say, it's like that rocket going up in sky, Tyler Perry quote, the rocket that goes up in sky, the things fall off. The things fall off at the end because they can't handle the altitude that we go at. So.
Exactly. They can't handle the clout. They can't handle the work that gets put in.
Yep.
So let's get Ken Smash's question going to get it started. Ken Smash, let me know if you hear as well. But his first question is, in a pillow fight, who would win? Jake the Snake or Ravishing Rick Rude?
If you're talking wrestling match, it'll be a hell of a good wrestling match, but I would probably go Jake the Snake, because if I know Jake, you'll probably have the snake in the pillar.
I was just thinking that the knapsack too, like just
the knapsack. You'd be like, yeah, you won't be using the bag to come out with. It'll be using the freaking. You'll use the thing to come out with the pillar, and Rick would be like, "You've got that snake in there."
Do you remember that match where like the snake actually, I forgot who he bit. Was it Randy Savage that he like bit his arm?
Yeah. I remember that very well. I watched that
Oh,
when I was a kid. He tied up Randy Savage. It was a feud between him and Randy
yes.
Savage. He tied up Randy Savage and he got into an angle. Now, if you hear the podcast that Jake the Snake has done with Joe Logan, he goes into in depth about it because apparently Savage pissed him off before it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Savage wound him up. You know what? I'll tell you that in a second. But yeah, I remember it very well to put it into context. I think Savage was having a match. No, correction. Jake was having a match. Job match, because it was like a superstar show back in the day. They always have like enhancement talent back in the day. And he DDT'd the guy, 1, 2, 3. And then he called out Savage because Savage was actually at the announce table. And then Savage came down and started running the mouth. And Jake got him. He got out of him, tied him up in the ropes, and got the snake out. And on the arm here, okay, on this arm bit here, on the tricep area, he got him tied up in the ropes, bottom and middle of the rope, and just laid that snake in on him, and the snake bit him.
Well, thank God it wasn't venomous.
No, and now
that would have been murder.
And now, what you didn't see on that, if you go on the Joe Rogan podcast and watch the Jake the Snake Roberts interview, is when Jake got that snake out. I don't think the cameras saw him, but he slapped the piss out of the snake.
Oh, really?
Even angrier. Now, the reason why he did that is because apparently Savage beforehand went up to him to talk about it, and everything, and Savage made him let the snake bite him in the back.
I would never.
I want you to bite. I want that snake to bite you. So Jake had no choice pretty much but to let the snake bite him just to prove that everything was going to be okay to Savage and everything. And Jake was pissed, absolutely annoyed and angry, and which when he got out there, he got his revenge because, like I said, I don't think the camera saw it, but he says it on the Joe Rogan podcast. He slapped the piss out of the snake, and the snake was like, ah, and he just let it on Savage's thing, and the rest was history. And then chaos happened. Elizabeth came down, and Piper came down to try and save him, and they dragged him back to the locker room and everything. It was just chaos. All that for a Saturday morning, folks.
If I was an audience member while that was happening, I probably would have cried.
Yeah, there was kids in the audience crying. There was kids in the audience. I would imagine this. You guys call it Peacock in America. We've still got the original format.
Yeah, you got the network. Yeah.
Yeah, we still got the original format of the network over here in the UK. You guys now call it Peacock. Just get yourself, like I say, just get yourself if you can. If you're on there, it's $9.99 a month. Definitely worth it for all the content that's on there as well. In my opinion, I don't know what it's like on Peacock now. Apparently they've changed it, but from my perspective, it's definitely worth it with all the old nitros and everything. I think that footage is actually on there. If it's not possible. On there, I would have probably imagined it's on YouTube too.
Yeah. So Peacock, for those who may not be in the US, Peacock is one of those streaming apps, just like Hulu, Netflix, Paramount, all of those like streaming. It's just another one of those.
Yeah, I think WWE sold the US version of the network to Peacock just to save their asses because that was during the pandemic.
Yeah, I think that's what it was because Peacock isn't just the WWE; they have other shows as well. Yeah, there's like other TV shows that are available.
I don't think they had a choice to save.
Yes, Ken Smash.
To sell it, they had no choice but to sell it to Peacock because of the pandemic. They needed the money, of course, or they needed to cover their asses with the whole pandemic thing because I think they were losing money. Especially, all right, they had the television and everything, but they were doing it to empty arenas. So,
yo, I don't know if it's just me. But when I watched WWE without the audience and not even like the Zoom calls, like just empty arena, it was just so weird hearing them trash talk each other during the match because you can just hear it full blown versus when it's the audience and maybe you hear them whisper or maybe you hear them like yell a little bit, but when it was the pandemic, it was crazy.
Yeah, that's why that WrestleMania, at WrestleMania when they did it, the Performance Center, that is now the weirdest WrestleMania you will ever see because there was nobody there. Brock Lesnar versus the one with Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre, the main
Yeah.
event. And Drew won the Royal Rumble to get to that spot, only to win the WWE title in front of nobody.
Yeah, and everybody wanted to see it.
And everybody wanted to see it. And he still wants that opportunity to this day. He's even craving that opportunity. He wants to win the WWE title or the WWE Universal title or whatever the heck they're calling it now. He wants to win that in front of an audience. He wants to have that audience feel.
He got screwed over at Clash at the Castle.
Yeah, credit to Drew though, because he carried the company through the pandemic though as champion.
What's up, good vibes? What's up, G fams? How y'all doing? Anybody that I missed or I don't get to say hi to right away, we are interviewing Games Matter. Feel free to join the discussion. There's a channel point there to ask a question. I'm gonna get started now with Ken Smash's second question, but feel free to join the conversation. We got questions galore for Games Matter tonight, so.
Can I just give a quick shout out? Can I just give a quick shout out to G Fams? G Fams is absolutely amazing. Good vibe, just a chilled streamer. Mostly plays marbles on stream. Just go and relax with the guy. And he's a good supporter too.
I didn't even know G Fams. Like, I know where you're from, but I didn't realize like where you were actually from, like Bosnia. So that was cool to hear.
Oh hell no!
Oh my God, Trippy's here.
And there's another one as well. Kimona.
Well, we love Kimura. I got to meet him in person. That was freaking awesome.
Anyway, what's the second question?
So next question from Ken Smash. The Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal, back when they were in the NWA, is my all-time favorite tag team. Who is yours and why?
The greatest tag team that ever lived. LOD. Road
Warriors. Oh, so you agree with him?
Yeah. Greatest tag team that ever lived. You do not get any better than the Road Warriors. I don't give a fuck who tag teams out there. And there was some great tag teams, but you do not get any better than Legion of Doom, Road Warriors, period. I don't give a fuck who they got as the greatest of all time and everything like that. No. You do not get any better than Legion of Doom, period. Legion of Doom. One of my greatest memories of Legion of Doom is when they won the tag team titles of the Nasty Boys in '91 at the 1991 SummerSlam, which was my very first ever wrestling pay-per-view that I ever watched, and I remember that pay-per-view very well. You do not get any better than the Road Warriors. M2 had the opportunity, and like I said, there was even interviews about it in themselves. If you were a wrestler and you were going to a wrestling show, or you were wrestling on a show, and you looked around and you looked on the booking sheet, and you saw Road Warriors on there, and you're facing the Road Warriors, it was going to sell, and you were in for a long night. Okay, because they would literally beat the out of you in the match. They would look like they were beaten. And when they clothesline, you see a clothesline, it looked like they just clothesline. They took your head off. Man, I love the Road Warriors. There were two bouncers as well. If you go back to their thingy, there were two bouncers as well. So it's like, you know how they're tough and everything, because you have to be tough to be a bouncer.
Absolutely, and just jacked in general. Like, even just looking jacked is just enough.
Yeah, they were jacked. Like I said, the greatest memory I ever had, one of my greatest memories, is when they won the tag titles. I saw them in the NWA as well back in the day. They were mean as there. AWA as well. Every way they went, they won tag team gold.
Yep. How many times did they win the tag titles? It was a lot. It was a lot.
It was a lot. So, like I said, they compare the Team 3D Dudley Boys as the modern day ones, but the Road Warriors don't like that. Animal doesn't like that comparison, to be honest with you, because, you know, well, I can see his point, because let's face it, Dudley Boys won tag team titles everywhere they went, whether it was TNA, WWE,
ECW,
Japan, ECW, whatever. But they did win the WCW tag team titles at one point, but that was when it was a part of WWE as the Alliance in 2001.
So does it really count? That's the question.
So they don't really count. So I don't think Animal really counts that. That's the issue he probably has with that. But yeah, like I said, but you look at them, they're one of the greatest tag teams. But in my opinion, they're the greatest tag team of all time. Don't care what anyone says. We're not going to debate that with me, because you will lose.
Big John, thank you for the question. You use the channel point, so that way I have it tracked in case I lose it if chat goes by. Trashy Tastic, welcome in. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Trippy was going on. I see everybody in here. For anybody that's coming in, make sure you join the discussion. We're chatting with Games Matter tonight. Exclamation point guest in the chat if you want to follow his social medias. I'm sure a lot of you guys already follow him, but if you don't, hit him with a follow. Definitely worth it. We got Ken Smash. Final question from Ken Smash is if you had to get into a bar fight, which wrestler would you want to have as backup?
Anyone that's 7 foot. Anyone that's 7 foot, because you're not going to get freaking. You're not going to get touched if you walk into a bar with a 7 foot giant.
The Great Khali.
Great Khali, or even Omos, bless him, on WWE. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get bullied and everything. Omos walks up to the guy and he's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, if I saw Khali, I'd be running. I wouldn't even want to go to the bar. I'd just like walk away, be like, I'm not touching this guy.
Or even Kevin, like I say, you can even throw Kevin Nash size in there as well. Somebody of that size.
True.
But yeah, you mainly want a 7 foot guy or somewhere around about that figure to walk in. Like I said, I mean, I could probably handle myself. Maybe not in bar fights or anything like that, but yeah, you definitely. If I was going to go into a bar fight, I'd want somebody who was at least the size of Omos or somebody like that, or even Great Khali. Even though I don't think Great Khali would do much. All he has is that chop thing. But then again, we never know.
I'd probably get debut Kane with the red mask.
Oh yeah, that as well.
Did you have you seen his arm? Like, I mean, I'm sure you have. Like, have you seen his arms when he debuted at that Hell in a Cell match, bro?
1997, yeah, with Michaels and
crazy. Like, this man was the most jacked I've ever seen. Like, obviously, as he grew with the company, he gets older, but he was crazy. He could lift up anybody out of this world.
Okay, to any wrestling fan that's watching this, including you, JLD, right? Any wrestling fan that's watching this, right? Anybody remember? I don't know if I'm going way back to about 96 here.
Okay.
Remember when Kevin Nash and Scott Hall left?
Yeah, for WCW.
Left for WCW, and they brought in Razor Ramon and a Diesel to replace them because everybody thought they were bringing the original two back, and then no, it turned out to be two people that were totally different. It wasn't Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
When they came back, though. Yeah,
when they came back, it was. They came back. Two people came back as the Diesel and Razor Ramon characters. It wasn't Scott Hall, but it wasn't Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. One of the guys was Diesel, and he was played by Glenn Jacobs, Kane.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I may have heard something like that, but that's unlocking a very long ago memory of mine. That's interesting to hear.
For anybody who was as well who remembers old school wrestling like me, who's a knowledgeist like me as well. Anybody remember Isaac Yankem DDS?
That I don't remember, or no.
Yeah, well, that was Kane too. That was Glenn Jacobs, Kane.
Sheesh.
If you go back and look it up on YouTube, type in Isaac Yankem DDS. That was Kane. He had him play a character in. He had him play a character in what they call it as well, in Smoky Mountain. I think that's where he got his start before they brought him up. He had him play a dentist. He had him play.
That I remember, the dentist.
Diesel.
I remember the dentist.
Yeah, fake Diesel, because the dentist feuded with Brett because he was working for Jerry Lawler at the time, because it got incorporated into the Jerry Lawler Bret Hart feud, and then they had him play the fake Diesel, which was stupid. I don't know why they should have just left that in the thing, but Vince McMahon, who I own the rights to fit Diesel and Razor, so I'll just let him get two other people to play it. Nobody bought it. They had him down in Memphis within a couple of months. But yeah, fake Diesel and the Isaac Yankem DDS was Kane, and then they obviously dropped all that and had him come in with Kane, and he never looked back.
You remember the cape he had? I think one show only.
Yeah, there was a cape. Yeah, I remember the cape. The cape. Yeah, they had that one for one show, but I think Kane's even admitting himself they should have kept it, because I think he would have given you.
I think I think they donated it, or they sold it for charity. I think, or something either one of the old masks or the cape was sold for charity.
I think Kane wanted them to keep it because he wanted to because it would have been a different look to his character or anything like that, but they didn't have it. Obviously, the hierarchy saw it and they're like, nah, don't work.
I mean, I do agree on that. The cape was cool to see that one time, but just that one time. Yeah. Never again.
Yeah, it was probably like Stardust. Cody Rhodes being Stardust.
Yeah.
That was cool, and then it just got watered down, which led to the point of him leaving the first time around.
Things happen for a reason, and I'm sure
he wanted to go back to be Cody Rhodes, but they weren't allowing him. They weren't allowing it, so that's why
they wanted to leech off of the whole Goldust character, and
yeah, it was.
I guess there's people that liked it because they wanted to keep it going, but whatever.
Yeah, it's all about merchandise and everything, I suppose.
So we got Only Good Vibes. First question from him for the night. His question is, who do you think is going to win at WrestleMania this year? Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns?
Cody Rhodes will be your next undisputed champion.
Wow. I'm curious. Why? Why do you think Cody?
Well, it's based on the story.
And completing it?
He got injured. Yeah, and completing it. It's like I say, he came out when he debuted after, I believe it was WrestleMania last year when he wrestled Seth. He came back and said that he wanted to be WWE champion, something that his father never did. I think he's based it too much on his father, to be honest with you. It should be about him, but that's just me. But it is.
They're using it too much.
Yeah, I get the story though. I get the angle though. So, and obviously he had the matches with Seth, especially that Hell in a Cell match when he basically ripped his bicep off.
Yeah.
Off the socket with that big mark that he had on. He went away, got that fixed, and he came back and won the Royal Rumble. And now he's on the WrestleMania, and you can see by the way it's being booked, even though people have been begging Sami Zayn based on what has happened. But Cody Rhodes will dethrone Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And if they don't do it, I think the whole thing's been a waste of time. But Roman is on the verge. He's even said it himself that he's going to take a break. And it's a well-deserved break because he's been on, he's been working his ass off with this whole tribal chief thing. So it's a well-earned break and everything. So you got to give the guy a break, and that's when I think when he takes a break, that's when I think the bloodline will really collapse, because there's all this talk about Jey Uso one-on-one with Roman Reigns at SummerSlam.
Yeah, main event Jey, yep.
Yeah, main event Jey returning. So it's just based on that thing as well. So yes, Cody Rhodes will win the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship at WrestleMania. You heard it here first.
So you actually make a good point about Roman taking a break, and 1000%, without a doubt, he definitely deserves that break. Even though I do say he doesn't appear on TV as much as he should if he's gonna have a break. No. He wasn't on SmackDown this past Friday or the one before, I believe.
No, I think he's working at the moment. I think he's working the Lesnar contract. I think they got him to. I think he got him when they renewed. I think they renewed the
like that part-time stuff. I got you.
Part-time. I think that's what it. I think that's what it is. Like I say, he deserves any kind of break that he gets. To be honest with you, because he's just. I mean,
he's a hard worker. He's a hard worker for sure. So he definitely deserves from where he came from, at least from like the Shield and Florida Championship Wrestling. He's come a very long way since then.
Yeah. Don't worry about any you Sami Zayn fans out there as well. Don't worry about any Sami Zayn fans out there, because he will be getting his WrestleMania moment at WrestleMania, Sami Zayn, but it won't be for the undisputed title. It'll be him and Kevin Owens winning the tag titles.
That's that I know is going to happen, or at least is expected to happen, is the tag titles, then versus the Usos. Now, the reason I feel like Roman's going to win is really just because of the 1,000 days. I think they're going to try and just make that milestone happen of 1,000 days. And then, like you said, then they'll start to collapse the bloodline and start
I think they've
bringing
already
up.
started the collapse of the bloodline with what
Well,
Sami
yeah,
did.
with Sami Zayn, yeah, but I think they're just gonna stretch it a little bit because it would be. I mean, if Cody wins, great. I'm happy, and it's
Yeah,
interesting to see what they'll do with Roman
yeah,
Reigns then. But personally, I honestly think
yeah.
Cody's gonna lose.
Yeah, I think the storyline will still stretch out, but it'll be to the point where it's collapsing the bloodline. Cody will take the titles and be on his way and be on his merry way and do his own stuff and whatever it is, defense or whatever he's planning on doing after WrestleMania. But
Yeah,
the storyline will still go ahead, but it'll be the breakdown of it, which may lead to SummerSlam and seeing Jey Uso get Roman Reigns one-on-one at SummerSlam or something, as well. And never know, Jey Uso might even go for Cody Rhodes' title if he wins the title at WrestleMania at some point.
I would love to see Jey as champion. I would love to see Jey as champion. He deserves it.
I don't know where. Like I say, I don't know where it's going to go, and we won't know. But I'm going to go into a little bit of a rant here, if I may, because I'm sick of these wrestling fans on is it Twitter or not Twitter, well, Twitter and TikTok, having their opinions, and you're allowed to have your opinion. But I am so sick of seeing Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. Oh, they're going to be night one main event.
Do you think that?
No, it shouldn't be. Okay, Rhea Ripley won the Rumble. But why not have the tag titles as night one main event?
Huh, the tag titles.
Have the tag titles as night one main event. You know, this whole 3 years has been based around the Bloodline storyline, for crying out loud. You know, okay, Rhea Ripley won the Rumble. Good for her. She deserved it. You know, because she's been, you know, since she's joined the Judgment Day, she's been amazing. And I know why she's went after, and I know why she went after, or why they put her after, what they call it, Charlotte Flair, because they want, obviously she's gonna get even with Charlotte Flair for what Charlotte did in that WrestleMania when she was NXT champion. And Charlotte beat her for the NXT title.
I forgot about that too. That Charlotte went back for a little bit to NXT and then came right back again.
Yeah,
like,
and now she wants, and it's clear as day she wants revenge on that. Rhea Ripley, she's basing that off the storyline that she wants revenge. So, yeah. So
do you think Rhea is gonna win?
I think Rhea will win. Yeah. Like I say, she's gonna get. You know, don't get mad, get even, and I think they'll have the even. I don't know how they're gonna work with Judgment Day though, as far as this, because this is a SmackDown title we're talking about here. Rhea Ripley's going after the SmackDown title, so I don't know.
Yeah, when the Judgment Day's on Raw, it's like
the Judgment Day's on Raw. Maybe they're going to transfer the Judgment Day over to SmackDown. I don't know, or keep them on both shows. I don't know, because I know they're all dying for Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania. You can tell
that's gonna happen. One of these weeks, Ray's gonna get tired and actually start attacking them, and then it's gonna set it up for WrestleMania. It's gonna be wild.
And also, don't be surprised if you see the modern day LWO soon.
Latino World Order, let's go.
The Latino World Order, Eddie Guerrero's group, has talked about Ray bringing it back. Why do you think he's hanging around what they call its crew?
Yeah, like they'll have a modern day version of it.
Yeah, they have a modern day
with the LWO
because he's hanging around. Was it Santo Escobar's crew?
Yeah, Selena Vega, all of them.
Selena Vega and them. Because, like I said, they've had matches and everything, and obviously there's respect there, luchador respect and everything. And obviously, when Dominic tried to punk out his dad, they came out and confronted Judgment Day to help Ray. So, won't be surprised if you see that. That could be raised back up for Judgment Day.
I'm excited that he's going to be in the Hall of Fame now, Rey Mysterio.
He deserves it.
Well deserved.
He deserves it. No matter what he's done in the past, no matter what he's done, whether it's WWE or WCW or even ECW as well, because that's where he first started in ECW in America anyway. Because Paul Heyman brought in Lucha Libre Wrestling, and obviously WCW saw that, and that's how they got the Cruiserweight division, because they put
they just like pick and take. what's going good over here? Let me do it better.
Yeah, and it was great. And like I say, it was a smart move on Bischoff's part, but you know, it is what it is. You know, that's business for you. And yeah, and like I said, no matter what he's done and everything, I mean, some say when he won the world title for the first time, you know, a lot of people
in
say
06.
this. Yeah, in 06, when he won that triple threat match with Orton and
and Kurt Angle.
Yeah, and they all saying you only got it because of Eddie's death. Maybe. I don't know.
It's possible, but at the same time, you know, he still deserves it. He's a hard worker in what he did.
Yeah.
And JB Wolf says hi.
Yeah, hi, JD Wolf, by the way. But like I say, it is what it is at the end of the day. I mean, everybody has their opinions on that. I mean, I think they're saying it is because before Eddie's death, God rest his soul, he was pushed to be the World Heavyweight Champion. He was going to win the World Heavyweight title, but they had to cancel it because of his death. But his death ended that, so he would have been World Heavyweight Champion.
I think he could have been, yeah.
You know, not this. That was the direction they were going. There's no could have been about it. JLD. That was the direction they were going. They were going to put the belt on Eddie, but obviously with what happened and everything, they couldn't do it. And this is. Excuse the phrase, but this is what kills me as a wrestling fan as well about Eddie's death, and this is why I was in tears about this, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. You know, not only now, I don't think we knew it back then, but now we knew, because not only did Eddie, they were going to put the belt on Eddie, the World Heavyweight title, that big gold belt, they were going to put the belt on Eddie and give him a run with it. They also planned a WrestleMania match for him at WrestleMania 22. Which was in Chicago when John Cena Triple H main event.
Yeah.
You remember? They were planned a match for him at WrestleMania that year, and it was against Shawn Michaels.
That would be interesting.
That was the planned match, but they had to cancel it because of what happened.
Because of what happened,
That's why there was no match pretty much for Shawn, and that's why you ended up getting Vince McMahon's match. You know, the beatdown of McMahon. But yeah, that's why it still haunts me to this day. How we couldn't, you know, because you could have.
What did you think of the Shawn Michaels Highway to Hell storyline?
What, leading into WrestleMania 22 with Vince?
Yeah. Did you think it was funny, or did you think it was silly? That whole thing with Shawn Michaels getting like beat up every week by Vince, Shane, and the Spirit Squad.
I thought it was funny. Not funny that he was getting beaten up.
Money.
I knew what was going to happen anyway, because he was the biggest heel, and we're going to go, oh yeah, we're going to put him into the thing. We're going to put him in WrestleMania. I think the beatdown was funny at WrestleMania. That was funny, and all of that pretty much led to DX 2006.
It was a nice save to the DX reunion where finally Shawn Michaels had backup. And he could actually like defend himself with Triple H against everybody, and
my favorite moment of that. Yeah, my favorite moment of that storyline as well, with him and Vince, when he got Shawn to take a piss test on Raw, live on Raw. Him and Shane went out there and they wanted him to get drug tested, so they asked him to piss in a cup, kind of thing,
in public.
And he turned around, he got the sample, he turned around and said to the doc, you know something, doc? It's better to be pissed off than pissed off.
Pissed on, and then throws it. Yeah. It was mad funny.
Vince literally threw it in Vince, and that's when he got beat down at the end, but that was hilarious. Vince's face was a picture, absolute picture. You know,
and then when they had crap fall over the Spirit Squad and Vince and Shane, that was
fucking hilarious.
It was gross, but it was funny.
That was just straight up fucking hilarious. Okay.
Zach, I saw your question earlier. I haven't gotten to it yet, so.
DX is DX. Everybody has their favorite era of DX. You know, you can't beat the original. You know.
Yeah. Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, Shawn Michaels, Triple H.
Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, China. Bless his heart, Rick Rude, as well. Even Rick was in there as well as the insurance policy. Before he left for WCW. due to what happened at '97 Survivor Series, and yeah, but you can't beat the original. But yeah, DX came back and everything, and they just Spirit Squad became DX's bitches. To say that, 'cause that's what it did. I think they got. I swear DX got a workout beating their asses all the time. You know, I swear DX got a workout. It's like, oh yeah, we're working out today. Okay, let's go for a workout. We'll just go and beat up freaking Spirit Squad all day. It's fine with me. But yeah, I got some of the DX merchandise. You can see 2 of the DX merchandises behind me if I put my head down.
Yeah, the tank and the Vince loves me.
No, Vince loves cocks.
Yes.
Remember that? Yes, the skit that Triple H did.
I swear
You
to
love
God,
chickens.
like that has to be one
You
of the
love
reasons they turned G, like TVG instead of freaking TV 14 in the US. It's crazy.
But it was funny, even when he came back at that SummerSlam one time and beat up Booker T. He came out on the Carlito talk show. It was Carlito and Vince, and he came out and interrupted, and he was like, "You love roosters, you love hens," and Vince was like, "I love hens. You hate roosters. I love roosters. You hate hens. You love cat."
And then he said he loves, and then he caught himself, and then the audience just went crazy with it. Everybody that's pulling up, I appreciate you guys. Welcome in, Bull, Irish Neep. I saw you, bro. Zach, I see you, bro, as well. Irish Neep, and for everybody that's coming into chat for the first time, if you want to come join the conversation with myself and tonight's guest, Games Matter, there's a channel point there. You can ask him any questions. He is a big wrestling streamer as well, so if you have any wrestling related questions or just anything streaming related as a whole, feel free to ask him any question.
It's mostly been about wrestling and everything like that, so you haven't missed much. It's mostly just been about wrestling and all my favorite things in the past and everything. My favorite tag team of all time being Legion of Doom.
Let them know. Let them know. You heard it here, folks. Bolt, I'm sorry, no random voice mod until the end of the interview. I know you're probably looking for that. Like, where is it at? Where's the random voice mod? All right, let's keep going with the questions. I don't want to get the lead on everybody's. We do have a bunch that we're going through. Top 3 most underrated wrestlers.
Ooh, top 3. Oh.
And this question was from the Big John.
Oh my God, Big John, that is a hell of a question. Fair play. I think I'll have to throw one wrestler in there. I tell you what, I'll throw this guy in there, Ravishing Rick Rude. This guy should have got a lot more than what he got. Yes, he was in the Continental Champion. Yes, he ended up being a world champion in WCW. Okay, but he should have went for the WWE title. How did they not put the belt on him? You know, having put a program with Hogan and all that. They should have used him a lot more in W. I think his best moments were in WCW because he was US champion and eventually became WCW champion as well. But they should have done that in WWE in the old days. I mean, they had him beat. He's certified too. But yeah, Rick Rude. To throw another one in there as well. And how the hell did this guy not get any? Yes, he was in a Continental Champion and a fucking good Intercontinental Champion too, by the way. But he should have got a lot more than what he did. I think the only time he was ever world champion is when he was with the AWA because they put the belt on him, and that was just the perfect Kurt Hennig. How did they not make the most of him? So that's 2 right there for you off the top of the head, Mr. Perfect, superb wrestler. But if I had to go with number 1, and this really bugs me, because they should have really put the world title on him, and even he was loyal to them after what happened with what happened in '97, and I'm talking
Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah, I'm talking Owen Hart. God bless his soul.
God, man. Owen Hart is so sad.
Yeah, he won every title in the company, and
except the world title.
Yeah, he was on the verge of leaving because of what happened in Montreal, '97. But the fact that they didn't go with the title, they had him in the European title scene, they had him win the Intercontinental title. he should have went for the world title, and he did have world title matches, and he had world title opportunities, but he should have had.
But he never won it.
Belt. He never won the belt, man, and it's just crying shame. And he never won a world title, not to my knowledge, anyway. But he should never won. He should have won a world title, man. I mean, he has to be the most underrated wrestler ever. If you're talking
back
about
then, sorry to interrupt.
No.
I feel I feel like back in the day, at least back in the 90s, there was such a stigma back then to be the biggest and strongest person in the industry that if you didn't meet like a certain criteria to Vince McMahon, you weren't world title material.
Yeah.
Like that's why people went to steroids, and there was a whole steroids epidemic in the industry at one point.
And that's why Sami Zayn's not you undisputed champion, because he obviously doesn't meet the criteria.
He's not like freaking huge and jacked, which you know, you see Roman Reigns and he's muscular, he's big and muscular, but you know, like,
I don't think it's the case of Sami Zayn being huge and jacked. I think it's the case of Sami Zayn not being main event.
Yeah, like B plus, like Daniel Bryan, the B plus player, whole thing.
Player. I think this whole Sami Zayn thing is pretty much like what Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan said was doing back in the day, which he ended up winning the title anyway.
I agree.
Because they had no choice to do it.
They had no choice. The audience would have went crazy if he lost.
Yeah, they had no choice but to do it. And plus, you also saw the Rumble that year. They booed everybody out the building on that one when Bryan got eliminated. Bryan got eliminated. They crapped on the
audience went crazy when they finally said you got your match against Randy Orton and Batista.
Yeah, and not only that, they even crapped on the bit where thinking what the caller came out and saved Roman. I believe it was that year when Roman had to fight off the cup. The Authority.
Yeah, and The Rock came out.
The Rock came out and they even crapped on him.
They booed The Rock. They went crazy for a minute because his music, but then when they saw he helped Roman, they just booed him off the. And he was upset. He was apparently mad.
Yeah, he was mad about it. But if that was, I guess you could call that back in the day. To go back to the question, you could call that back in the day, the early stuff as well. If we're talking now, I don't know if you probably won't know some of these names. Yeah, because I don't know if you watch. I mean, I know you watch WWE, but I don't know or you check out WWE. I don't know if you watch. Maybe you watch AEW, but I don't know if you know.
Just a little bit, not a lot.
Yeah, you know, Ring of Honor and New Japan. I'm not just a WWE fan. I am a wrestling fan. I go and watch everything else.
Yeah.
As well. If we talk about underrated wrestlers at the moment, I think now at the moment. I mean, there's another one I could throw in for you right now. The man now known as John Moxley.
Dean Ambrose,
who's Dean Ambrose.
He was in a lot of promotions. He was a lot of indie promotions before he got into WWE.
Yeah, he's a lot better now in AEW than he was in WWE. I don't know what
he has more freedom, I think.
Yeah, he's a lot better now in AEW. A lot better now. He's not the modern day Stone Cold, and that's a hell of a comparison. Because people see him now as a Stone Cold of AEW, because all he wants to do is fight, as well. Oh, you want to talk about another one? Yeah, I'll throw another underrated wrestler for you, but he's getting his due now. But he's another underrated wrestler who should be world champion. You know him as Cesaro. He's now called Claudio Castagnoli. Oh my God, how did he not? I mean, they even put him over at WrestleMania against Seth.
He's probably one of the strongest wrestlers I've ever seen. Like in terms of power and brute strength, he's it. He can pick anybody up.
He has it all, and
he's a freaking champ.
Yeah, and he's the champ now. He's the Ring of Honor world.
Yeah, he's a Ring of Honor world title champion.
Yeah, even though Ring of Honor is not. He's owned by AEW because Tony Khan.
Yeah, Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you always see them now in AEW. There's like so many freaking belts in AEW, you can't keep track.
Ring of Honor have started their own show. They've got their own show now.
Yeah.
They've started their own television show, but it's not on television. It's on their what they call it. I know a link to watch that program, and hopefully, if I can, I'll go back and watch it because I saw the bit where Eddie Kingston came out and confronted him, and there's some heat there between them two. Let me tell you. So yeah, there's another one. I'll just throw it at you right there off the head. Claudio Castagnoli.
He's great.
And yeah, like I said, there's a lot of them, but there's just some names off the top of my head as well. I mean, if you have any names in the chat as well, feel free to drop them in. Whether I agree with you or don't agree with you, it's, like I said, but it's your view at the end of the day if you think about it. Like I said, but there's probably a lot of underrated wrestlers who don't get the just due and think could be, or you guys.
Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, even Kofi as well. God bless him. He eventually got his just due. But that was another.
But got destroyed. I still hold a grudge for the Brock Lesnar squash. I hold a grudge for it.
Fuck my life. I would have. If I was Kofi Kingston right now and that happened to me, I'd have walked out the company.
Same. Like literally one F5 and done. Slapping the face to all the work you've ever done for WWE.
Do that. I'd have dropped the title, did it, and I did the job and everything, and I literally would have walked out the company. They done him dirty.
Seriously.
They done him dirty.
Jamie Noble, J&J Security, remember that?
Yeah. Jamie Noble was a world champion, but only in Ring of Honor as well. He could have been.
Yeah.
They used him right and everything, but he was just like a comedy. Like I say, a cruiserweight and everything. He wasn't on the Rey Mysterio level, bless him, but but he was talented. There's no question about it.
For sure.
An underrated cruiserweight. There you go.
All right, so we got our next question from Midge Star. Midge, I don't know if you're still here. For you both, how did you both get so handsome? I want your secrets.
Is that to both of us?
Yes. My answer is go to Rude Boy Mitch. He's so good looking. I learned from him in his tutorials.
You're just blessed with the talent, I suppose. With me, you're just blessed with greatness, I suppose. No, maybe it's the suit that's doing the job. I don't know, but yeah, I guess it is what it is. At the end of the day, I appreciate the compliment. Yeah.
It would have been funny if Rude Boy Mitch actually pulled up at this moment. But yes, I appreciate the compliment as well, Mitch. Let's freaking go. All right, next question is from Big John as well. Does Games Matter think that Cody is pushed a bit too much? I feel like that angle with Cena made no sense, and the way he was pushed in the Roman Sammy story is a bit odd.
I agree with that to a point. Because, like I say, I think there's two separate stories there. Yes, they're together, but there's two separate stories there. Because you got Cody wanting to win the belt because his father didn't, and you've got Sammy who wants to win the belt based off what happened at the Rumble and the fact that he wants to end the bloodline, and realizing he can't do it on his own, he wants to bring in Kevin Owens, but everybody wants him to be undisputed champion.
Yeah.
Do I think they're pushing Cody a little bit too much?
A little bit
too much. Yes, I think they are, because
especially since he just came back and they already putting him in main event.
It's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with. I mean, he deserved to be in the main event to begin with before he left.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, absolutely fantastic. AEW was a blessing for him to get him to where he's at now.
Yeah, and not only AEW, going to Japan, going to Ring of Honor as well before AEW bought it as well, because he was Ring of Honor World Champion in there. He was IWGP United States Champion as well. And yes, with what's left of the NWA now, the new NWA is now under Billy Corgan. He was NWA Champion as well. And he had a rivalry with Nick Aldis, who apparently is coming to WWE from what I'm hearing. But yeah, him leaving did him the world of good.
Yes.
And now they brought him back. That to me was like Drew McIntyre. They fired Drew McIntyre because they brought him.
Drew's another success story with getting his life together and coming back stronger.
Yeah, because they brought him in as the chosen one. Vince McMahon's bitch, pretty much. Chosen one. Let's put all this pressure on him. Yes, he won the World Tag Team titles with Cody. Yes, he was Intercontinental Champion too. But then they saw what was going on with him and they thought, we'll put him with 3MB.
Yo, 3MB was amazing. I love them.
Yeah, 3MB. Yeah, but was it amazing for a talented guy like him? No, because he should have.
Well, agreed. Yeah, he should have been doing more than 3MB.
Yeah, because you bring somebody in as the chosen one and dub him the chosen one, push him to the moon, prove it. Obviously, Vince didn't do that, and he obviously lost faith in him at the end of the day, which is why he ended up leaving. But that did him the world of good as well, because he went up and won every title. He won the ICW title up here in Scotland in the UK. He went to Evolve and won their title. He went to Australia and won their promotions title.
Jesus.
He went everywhere and won the freaking title. He even made an appearance in Impact Wrestling in TNA and won their titles as well.
It goes to show you.
But look at them two, though. Drew McIntyre, Drew Galloway, Cody Rhodes. Vince
McIntyre.
Or WWE saw them two, and then that's when they thought, okay, we're convinced. They're main event players. Let's get them back. And they did. They brought McIntyre back.
It's a business decision at the end of the day. Like, yeah. I get it. It's business. They're not ready yet. We can't invest in them yet. But if they prove themselves outside of it and they're looking like better, then you know what? We'll bring them back. And you know what? They made the right investments. Stifler's not welcome in. Yes, ban B Nizzle. Let them know.
Yeah, they made the point. They made the point to get that all in, and they brought them back. And all right, Cody came back on the roster, and quite frankly, considering the direction NXT's gone, a little bit of a blessing. But when they brought Drew back, they put him on NXT and put him against Bobby Roode.
Damn, I forgot about him.
And had him win the title from Bobby and everything, even though that didn't last about a couple of months. And then they brought him up to the roster, have him come in as Dolph Ziggler's tag team partner as well. And it just went on from there, basically. And then finally got his due, and it peaked when he won the Rumble. So, and like I say, Cody won the Rumble too. So there you go, similarities. You can see the similarities. And it worked. It worked very effectively. And like I said, have they pushed Cody a little bit too much? Yeah, they have. I'm not going to deny that, but you could see it a mile away that Cody's going to end up winning at WrestleMania. You could see it a mile away. Same with Drew as well. Drew wins the Rumble. Okay, he's going to beat Lesnar at WrestleMania. Simple.
And I'm glad he did.
And I'm glad he did, yeah. But we kind of wished it was in front of a crowd.
Yeah. But, glorious.
Yes, glorious.
Such a good song. Such a good song.
Yes. And he's such a good wrestler as well. But again, another underrated wrestler. You want to go back to underrated wrestlers? There's another underrated wrestler.
He did very well in TNA with Beer Money.
Well in TNA. Beer Money. I think they even brought James Storm in at one point in NXT, but he decided to take it off and back on TNA. And that backfired on him, didn't it? A little bit. But yeah, it was. To answer the question, yes, I do. Cody is getting pushed a little bit too much because they tried to find a balance. Even though Cody has came out and said he doesn't care if it's a triple threat match. He wants Sami Zayn involved. He's pushed it. He's even came out, if you believe the dirt sheets, obviously take it with a pinch of salt, but he's even said that he's even said it on the dirt sheets as well, that he wants Sami Zayn involved.
That would be wild. Imagine Sammy pinning Cody, though, for the belt, if it was a triple threat. Someone ban B Nizzle, please.
So I don't know where this is coming in on that one. So, yeah. But like I say, to answer the question, yes, I do.
So we got the next one, Zach Adams. So apologies, Zach. I know you put it twice, but I got your question now, and I'm going to say it now. Do you think Trish Stratus is jealous of Lita and Becky Lynch and will turn heel on them at WrestleMania?
Trish Stratus is jealous. No, I don't. The possibility it might happen.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. I don't see that. I don't see that happening. Because she's best friends with Lita. And obviously Lita made the call to come in thingy. But that's up to WWE booking, I suppose, on that one. But I don't see that happen.
Campbell, you good, bro? I don't know. When I saw Trish come out after the week after they won the belts, the tag belts, it seemed like there was a little bit of sarcasm or attitude in the way Trish was talking. I don't know if it was just me. I don't know if it was just me bugging out, but that's what I saw from it. And it's possible, but If we're talking about IRL, no. If we're talking about like in the storyline, I think it could happen. We'll just have to find out. It would be Trish attacking Lita or Trish attacking Becky. I think it would probably be Lita more that she would attack.
Yeah, I would see that. It won't be Becky. I think Becky would get the shock if she did, but yeah, it would be more of a Lita Trish rivalry. I think they've only came back one time. I don't know how this came about, to be honest with you. I'd like to know how this came about with Lita and Becky win the tag titles. Who came up with this idea?
I was surprised.
Who came up with this idea? Because the plan was for a 6-woman tag match, but there was all the
well, that's what's happening now in WrestleMania.
Yeah, Damage Control versus Becky, Lita, and Trish, which is happening. That was the plan. But there was I seen another plan that they were going to have Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler win the tag titles. As well, but like I say, I'd love to know. All right, the plan there was there, like you said, the plan was there for the 6-woman tag match. But where did this come from when they won the tag titles? That's what I'd like to know. That caught me off guard.
It doesn't do any good if Lita wins the tag titles. It doesn't benefit anybody on the active roster, and that's what I will die on. That like if people return, like if they retire, it's been years and they come back, like why do they have the belts? It's for short term attraction. If they want to get people to watch the show, if they want to get the news in on it, it's like, oh, Lita won the belts. Oh, Trish came back and betrayed. Lita.
One, it's WrestleMania. Yeah, one, it's probably WrestleMania season, and two, I don't know, it might be not that she needs it, but it might give Becky a rub. That little, pass the torch thing,
Yeah.
Thing. There you go.
It's possible. Like how they did with John Cena and Cody Rhodes at that time.
Yeah.
I think last week or something.
Rock ripoff 2.0. The Rock did that to him at WrestleMania in the
he did.
2
and
matches
Hulk Hogan
they
did
had.
that to The Rock as well.
In the 2 matches they had at WrestleMania, once in a lifetime became twice in a lifetime.
Yeah, for the belt on the second time.
Yeah, but even I knew that was going to happen.
Because The Rock isn't going to be there full time to defend it, so obviously he's going to give it up.
Yeah, no, I knew that was going to happen, The Rock rematch at WrestleMania. Even I knew that was going to happen, because how are you going to have somebody who hasn't been around for 7 odd years come in and beat your top guy without your top guy getting
and just disappear into the sunset?
And just disappear in the sunset without your top guy getting over. John Cena was the top guy. And obviously John Cena, they were building on the rematch. It kind of robbed CM Punk from some certain stuff during that as well. Which is one of the reasons why you ended up leaving to begin with. And even CM Punk stole the show at WrestleMania when it was all about The Rock and John Cena and everything, because he had that hell of a match with Undertaker.
Yeah.
And that was the best match on the card. But like I say, it's just with that as well. I mean, the whole Cody thing, I don't know why he did that. I don't know why John did that.
Maybe he sees him as the newest.
It's probably the new him. Although John has been there this whole time, John never did what Cody did, and let's go off to Japan and Ring of Honor and all them kind of places.
John Cena stood loyal to the company for the entire time. Once he was in, he never left. That's the thing about it.
Yeah, I think the only place he went to, and it was under WWE developmental anyway, and that was OVW.
OVW, but yeah, that's still a WWE territory at the end of the day.
Yeah, that was WWE territory at the time though. That was well before NXT. But yeah, it was. It was just that. So that's why I think they brought it back, because it is WrestleMania season. There's even talk about LA Knight fighting Stone Cold at WrestleMania.
That would be wild. That would be cool.
Because Stone Cold enjoyed his match with Kevin Owens last year that much. He thought,
he wants to come back.
Well,
they miss it.
Will Stone Cold, do it when they do it on him. But I think it's just the fact that LA Knight wants to be a part of WrestleMania, which is rightly so. So yeah, I mean, WrestleMania is going to be it's going to be the bottom. It is 2 nights.
Yeah.
Cody will be on night 2. The Cody match will be on night 2.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And I'm hoping the tag titles will be the main event at night 1. No offense to Charlotte and Rhea, and plus
we've seen that already. It's fine. We've seen Charlotte as champion a million times. It's totally fine.
Yeah, but we are basing off the storyline with what's going on with the Bloodline. So why not have the tag titles as the main event?
Yeah.
You know, and have but everybody wants to have them on the friggin' first. Put the tag titles first. Yeah, that's the good spot to be as well, first on the card. But main event is where they should be. It is about the tag titles, and also gives Sami Zayn, I guess you could say, a consolation prize as well. Him winning the tag titles in the main event at WrestleMania.
It'll be the first step to beating down the Bloodline when you're slowly chipping away at the.
That will be the first step, no doubt, taking the tag titles. That's the first step of ending the Bloodline right there, taking them tag titles. The second step will be taking the Undisputed title, which Cody will do at WrestleMania.
We'll see.
So,
we'll see.
Anyway,
So, Matty Pace has this next question.
Yeah.
And it's actually one of my questions that I had before, too. So, to knock that out as well. What inspired GMW from the name to its purpose? And for those who may not know what GMW is, it's Games Matter Wrestling, but I'll let him go more into in depth on it. It is his wrestling promotion from WWE 2K. So yeah.
Just want to say as well, I'm going to answer this question, but I just want to say as well, I love E.G. Riku. Just saying.
We love Riku, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, Riku just came in there she's working and lurking, so.
Yeah.
I love you, Riku. Anyway, to answer the question, it's going to be a long story because I knew we were going to talk about this, but I'll cut it short as best I can. GMW came about when a guy by the name, who's a streamer on here as well, is a friend of mine by the name of Loco X Joe.
Okay.
All one word. Loco Joe, his name is. He does his own version of this called LCW, Local Crazy Wrestling. And I used to book that show. I didn't do it at first because I was just watching it and just seeing what he was doing and everything. He was streaming it through his console and everything, and because we all have to start somewhere when it comes to streaming. Not all of us have. Not all of us have PCs back in the day.
I started with PlayStation when I was streaming.
We have to start. We all start somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. And he was doing that as well. And I got into the habit of booking matches for him and helping him out booking his show on a weekly basis, like I do, as well. And he liked what I was doing, and I was like developing a knack just for booking, because I felt like, well, to say it now at least, I felt like Triple H, being head of creative and everything. I was pretty much head of creative of what they call it,
Triple G.
Yeah. Of LCW as well, head of creative of that, but it developed from there. We got some good stuff as well. He did a live stream one time on YouTube, which got 100 views, and I take responsibility for that as well because of my booking. Sorry, Loco, if you see this, you'll probably agree. And then one day, Loco turned around and said to me, "You're so good at this, dog. You should go and do your own thing. You should go and do your own thing." I was like, yeah, do I want to do it though? You know, I mean, I'm a wrestling fan, but do I want to put the effort in and all that? So I started doing it. I thought I'll give it a test run because we're coming towards the end of 2K18 at the time. That's when I started this. I guess you could say 2K18 was the pilot edition.
Yeah.
So I tested it out, and I was enjoying it. I was like, okay, this works. This is working out a little bit. So I thought, okay, spot on. Sorted. And then 2K19 was my full season, and it just went from there, pretty much. And went into 2K20. We go from different games. That's why I'm transferring everything over to 2K23 to keep with the times and everything. Although a lot of people stayed with 2K19 after what happened with 2K20 as well, and it just grew from there, and it's gone to a new level. It's really gone to a new level, in my opinion, as well. How the name came about, well, Games Matter Wrestling.
Yeah.
GMW, Games Matter Wrestling. Loco Joe, Loco Crazy Wrestling, even though it's not called Loco Crazy, it's called Loco. He's called Loco Joe, but Loco Crazy, Loco Crazy Wrestling. Me, Games Matter. Okay, Games Matter Wrestling. Boom. GMW. And like I said, the whole thing has gone up from there. I think I'm going into my fifth. 2K18, 2K19. Well, 2K18 was the pilot. 2K19, I had to do it twice in 2K20 because we didn't get a 2K21 because of how shit 2K20 was. 2K22, yeah, I'm going into my fifth season of 2K20.
Nice.
Of this GMW this GMW thing. This is my fifth season coming up April 29th. And like I say, Games Matter Wrestling, Games Matter, GMW.
Is it hard to migrate like all of your stuff from like, let's say 2K19 to 2K20 or like 20 to 21? Or
No,
do you have to
because you
just
can
start over again?
No, you could possibly have a different roster depending on who you got. But like I said earlier on, it is an interactive series. I'm trying to get people involved.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like get people involved, and I'm not forcing or pressurizing people to be involved. At the end of the day, it's a lot of fun. It's all about having fun, develop a little rivalry here and there and everywhere, you know, and
Make
just
it
have
fun.
a laugh with it as well. And even make a couple of promos, do promos on social media yourself and everything like that. But it's never be taken seriously. Yes, unfortunately, I've come across some nitwits that took it seriously, far too seriously, and me and Loco have just did. You know,
Those are the type to run into the ring if they were actually at a wrestling event to save the wrestler.
Yeah, probably, and demanding a lot of stuff as well. I've still got a guy who's demanding a lot of stuff. You know, doesn't understand at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's my
It's
rules.
your promotion. If
My
like
promotion,
if they're gonna keep asking for knickknacks and this and that, then like, they can deal with it.
I don't mind them coming in and helping me with the booking of their character. That's another thing I've opened up as well, because there's one thing I can't stand, and it is, like I said, this is hard work, GMW, but there's one thing I cannot stand is seeing people's characters left out in the shuffle. You know, that's why I've opened up to people who come in. And like I said, not everyone can be in the stream and everything like that. I try and send it to people if they want to go in as well. Yeah, it breaks my heart to see these characters that they brought in, and it's like you want to get rid of them because you're not using them, but then you realize it's somebody else's character. It's somebody that you've downloaded and everything, and it's like you want to use that person as well. That's why I've opened up. Say if I had NYCG for life, if he had a character in there,
Let's go.
I would be opening up to him to come in and help me book, jot some ideas, bounce ideas off him, so I can book his character and keep his character going in the roster and keep him going in the story and give him a storyline to deal with and have, so it keeps him on the card, it keeps him on the story, it keeps him on the roster pretty much. So yeah, I mean, like I say, Games Matter Wrestling.
Make sure y'all pull up for that whenever next time he goes live. It's really good stuff, so go check it out.
Games Matter Wrestling returns with Back in Business Saturday, April 29th.
There you go. Let them know.
I will be back on 2K23 Saturday, April 29th. You want to pull up? If you want to be a part of it, feel free to message me, whether it's on Twitch DM, if you got me on Twitter as well, if you got me on Instagram, Discord as well, because I usually always have my Discord things open as well. If you want to get me in there and we could talk about it, like I said earlier on, you can upload your character to community creations using the hashtag GMW, or I can make one for you. But you have to send me some details and some information and a picture with your face looking at the camera like that. Why? Because I can add your face. There's a potential chance, even though it's a pain in the ass to do, there's a potential chance that I can put your real face on the character. On the character,
and that's
as well, which is good to do, but it's a pain in the ass to do. It's a pain in the ass to get the hang of.
And that's what's gonna end up being the case when I set up 2K23. So I'll let it be known now. When 2K23 comes out this week and I actually start playing it for you guys, if you want to be in the game, if you want to be one of my characters in WWE 2K23, send me a DM, join our Discord. There's a WWE chat section in the Discord. Put that you're interested. Just send me some pictures, so that way I have a reference, so I can make you as a character. No one's off limits, so just want to be a part of it. And if you want to try and get the viewer's title, you can actually try and do it there, because I'll definitely be making my belt in the game as well. So if y'all actually want to be the viewers champion, yeah, let me know and we got you.
Yeah, and like I say, look, a lot of people don't do GMW or this E-Fed stuff like I do. I do this on a weekly basis, 2 times a week, and then do something different on the Saturday, unless I've got a pay-per-view to do, like Back in Business, for example.
Yeah.
My own version of Stand and Deliver. I do them on the Saturday. So I take a break from what I'm doing on the Saturday, and then we just go with that as well. What I'm looking to do as well is to do GMW and then do something else after it. But it's always... that's a little difficult to do. That's why I'm playing around with the times, but I'm not going to commit to any times to my stream yet. I'm trying to find that sweet spot on the time of what the perfect time is for me. But
yeah, time goes crazy, man.
Yeah, because like I say, I keep the schedule, I keep my schedule going and all that as well. But it's always different times, or possibly different times. And like I say, with all the clocks going forward and backwards and everything like that this month, it is an absolute nightmare to do. In that respects as well. So, but yeah, it's like I say, I'm open to do it. It is worth it, and that's what I do. But a lot of people don't do this like I do, and a lot of people don't. They don't want to do it. They want to maybe do it 1 week or one time, 1 week, and then take.
They realize the work it takes, and then they're like,
yeah. I'm consistent. That's the thing with me. Obviously, I couldn't be consistent.
That's what you need.
I couldn't be consistent with them. I was consistent as much as I could with 2K22, but they had a bug before Christmas, an installation bug before Christmas, which was annoying as hell to do, because 2K apparently couldn't fix it, and they did the game. And when you come out and say that you can't create a bug, when you can't create a bug in the game or anything, when you create the game and you can't fix a bug in the game, there's a problem, that real problem. But it eventually ended up fixing and everything. So I promised myself, and I promised my audience that I would finish GMW off, and I did. I finished GMW off in 2K22, and now we're moving over to 2K23, and it's the end of 2K22. So we're done with 2K22 on that. That's why we're taking a break, because I will be getting it tomorrow. I will be getting it tomorrow, and then we'll be going from there basically, and then we'll take it from there. And then we'll just build until April 29th. And then the promotions, and we will promote during that as well. I'll promote all the stuff during that as well, and we'll just take it from there basically.
Oh yeah.
Like I say, April 29th is the date where GMW returns, and considering what they've done with their universe mode as well, I'm promising you this right now, GMW is going to be a whole nother level this year. It's like, can you top this? You'll be seeing probably a lot of the interactions and the cutscenes that you normally would see on a universe mode on previous games a lot more, because 2K23 now allows you to mess about and create your own angles. You create your own, use the...
Oh, that's going to be fire.
What normally
JLD
would be
an combo.
Yeah, what would normally be an AI thing, and what has been an AI thing in previous games, WWE 2K have now allowed us to choose what we want to start off. So if we're going to start a match, say I'm wrestling, I'm on the show or whatever, and I'm wrestling JLD, and then Combo comes out and attacks JLD in the background. A cutscene feel of the attack, or it's vice versa if I'm facing Combo and JLD comes out and smacks him in the mouth. That kind of thing as well. We are allowed now to do our own thing. We're now to add that and create our own, instead of letting the AI do it. which I'm very much down for.
JLD.
I'm very much down for. So, you know, I'm very down for that.
All right, let's continue on with the next question. Matty Pace again. What is your opinion? What, in your opinion, is the greatest finishing move of all time?
It ain't Hulk Hogan's leg drop. I can tell you that.
What? Come on.
I love me some Hulk Hogan. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, there's been a lot better moves than the Hulk Hogan leg drop. I don't know. Probably say
I have to pick.
I suppose.
I'd have to wait. Say again.
I could probably say the pedigree at some point.
The pedigree.
Great move. I mean, what was your pick?
The Canadian Destroyer.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
That flip is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Petey Williams doing that in TNA. My mind was blown. Like, oh my god, how the hell did he do that? Like, he has super strength. Oh my god.
Yeah, even Adam Cole's even done that on occasions as well.
I think so.
Yeah, the Panama Sunrise, I believe he's calling it.
Got it.
But yeah, it's one thing doing a power driver and taking a power driver, but having someone flip over, and I know the mechanics for it, because it's not just the guy who's flipping over, it's the guy who's taking it as well.
Yeah, they're working together. Yeah,
they're working it together. Yeah, but when you see it and it's connected right, it looks like the guy's had his neck broken.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I can't disagree with that. The move known as the Canadian Destroyer.
That and probably the 450 splash.
I would probably say the 630. Yeah, the 450's a knackering thing as well, because you're going sternum.
Yeah.
You're flipping over basically. You're doing a flash. You're doing a splash, but you're doing a flip over kind of thing. But with the 630, you're pretty.
I think I've seen the 630.
Yeah, Ricochet does it. But he does. When he does it, he does. I think it's double rotation and lands the back.
Yeah, like kind of like it ends like he's rolling off of the person rather than like on top of the person. Yeah,
that's a crazy move. I would say that's.
But Ricochet is if there's anybody, Ricochet is the one that could pull that off with the way he is with flexibility, like high flying, crazy. So if there's anybody I'd want to do that, like if I was the person getting hit, I'd want him to do it. Nobody else. Not Brock Lesnar doing a shooting star press, getting a concussion, none of that. Ricochet or Evan Bourne, maybe Evan Bourne.
WrestleMania 19 shot there for you by JLD there.
Yep.
Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle.
Major concussion.
I just think he used to do that move in OVW too.
He probably got carried away.
Well, it was WrestleMania. You can probably understand it, but I think he misjudged it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he didn't have him perfectly in position. He was maybe too far away. He thought he could do it at WrestleMania, but he paid the price for it. But yeah, I would definitely agree. Like I say, it's bad enough taking a power driver. Try to take one when you're getting flipped over.
So Big John is the next question. Has the next question, sorry. So Big John also lives in the UK. So his question for you is if you're going to Money in the Bank, since it's in the O2 Arena this year, and what's your opinion on the ticket prices and the fact that they chose such a small arena? What up, Dwarven?
Well, first of all, I'm from the northeast of England, so I don't think I'll be able to get down there. Ticket prices are it's overpriced, but it's WWE, the WWE event at the end of the day. I think if there's an opportunity for me to go to Money in the Bank, I will take it in a heartbeat. Because I have been to a WWE event up in Newcastle, an hour away from me. It was a SmackDown live show.
Yeah.
But Money in the Bank. I think that I think the whole thing is I don't think the fans care how much money it is at the end of the day, because up until Clash of the Castle, there
were no pay-per-views in the UK.
There were no big pay-per-views.
Yeah, there were live shows and live shows and televised shows, but no big pay-per-views there, so
Yeah,
I could
yes.
understand.
Yeah, there was live shows, television shows. It had a run with Insurrection and Rebellion on a couple of occasions as well. Them shows, but there was nothing major. You know, nothing major like a WrestleMania or SummerSlam.
Yeah.
The last show they did was SummerSlam in '92. That was
Wow.
it.
I didn't even
Clash of
know
the Castle.
that.
Yeah, up until Clash of the Castle. The last big show they did in the UK up until Clash of the Castle came along was SummerSlam 1992 at the old Wembley Stadium. That was it.
I wasn't even born.
Yeah, they didn't even do that at that point, and that was it. They moved on, and then it took them that long to get it in. I don't think maybe it was time differences. I suppose they can always play a part, but yeah, that was the last time they did that kind of stuff until they did Clash of the Castle, and now they've seen that Clash of the Castle worked and everything. And
They liked it. It was really good. It was a great show.
Yeah, okay, we'll bring Money in the Bank over. As well, we'll bring Money in the Bank over, and we'll shut that over as well. I think everybody wants a WrestleMania over here, which I don't blame them because that would be amazing. It's just finding the place to do it, and but yeah, why not have this though? And like I say, I don't think the fans.
Yeah, they need to branch out to more places. It's not just the U.S. that people like live in that want to watch this.
Yeah, I don't think the fans really care about what the prices are.
I think so too.
The UK fans, the fact that the UK fans are now getting these big pay-per-views or getting the opportunity to go to these live shows like a Money in the Bank and that these big pay-per-view shows that would normally be in America, be on in America. Now they get the opportunities like a Money in the Bank, for example, to go to this Money in the Bank show. Okay, fine, yeah. I mean, when I went to SmackDown Live show, my brother got me the tickets from birthday. I went to a SmackDown Live show, and the main event of that show was Batista versus Rey Mysterio.
Oh wow!
Versus the Great Khali in a triple threat match for the world title. As well, and we all knew Batista was going to win that. But like I said, it wasn't really a triple threat match. It was basically just one-on-one with Batista and Khali, and Rey Mysterio getting bounced around like a basket.
Yeah, he's just there getting pushed around. He's just there
for getting pushed around, getting bounced around like a basketball at the hands of Great Khali. I mean, even CM Punk was on the card as well when he was ECW champion. Him and the man known as Big Daddy V or Viscera.
Oh my God! Rest in peace to him, though.
Yeah,
sucks that he
Big
died.
Daddy v, yeah. As well, and another one on the card for you as well. Chris Masters teaming with Finlay to face
Finlay. Wow, he's behind the scenes now too.
Yeah, he's working behind the scenes. Fifth Finlay, or he was. I don't know if he's still there anymore, but he was working behind the scenes. Chris Masters teaming with Fifth Finlay against Brothers of Destruction, and it was great to see the Undertaker.
Oh wow,
that's what I was saying. So yeah, but at a live event, it's kind of predictable. Go to a live event. You want to go to a Raw or SmackDown or
where you don't know what's happening, and it's happening televised live. Yeah,
they're not going to have a title change on a live event. But they did. I think the only time they did that one time is when they put Kevin Nash over with Bob Backlund, the whole Bob Backlund thing. So when Bob Backlund won the WWE title at Survivor Series, and then Vince said, "Oh, we're going to put the belt on Kevin Nash in Madison Square Garden," and Kevin beat him in about 5 minutes. In about a minute, I believe it was, came in, jackknife powerbombed him, won the title. I think that's the only time they've ever done that in there. But 99% of the time, you do not get a title change on a live event, unless it's a Raw, SmackDown, or a big major pay-per-view, which sucks, quite frankly.
I will interject the questions with just Eddie mentioned something in chat. For you, Games Matter, one of your clips, he said, has your address. I don't know if that's meant to be there on purpose or not, but Eddie just wanted to let you know. Eddie, if you're still here, feel free to DM him the clip. Just so he doesn't,
yes.
So that way he can delete it and make sure that's not there. I appreciate you also, Eddie, for bringing that up to him so you can get that situated.
Please do. I don't remember that. If there's a clip on that, please bring it to me.
For sure. Let's go.
Just put it in it. I don't know where you can find me. I was gonna say if If you can put it in the DM, Twitch DM, please do. If you can't, if JLD will allow you.
I'd say, yeah, send it in whisper. Don't put it here, because then I don't want anybody else to watch it.
Yeah, just whisper me. Just click on my whisper and shut it in there, man. I don't remember that. I don't remember even having that. But if that's the case, then that's gotta go.
Ti Romeo, welcome in. I appreciate you. Yes, sir. 2K's coming out in a few hours. Meth Rollins, welcome in as well. King Kid, thank you for still being here. Dwarven Egg, I see you, bro. Thank you for being here as well. Let's continue with the questions. I do want to finish up these questions, and then I want to actually get into the streaming portion of the segment. I know we've been talking a lot about wrestling, but I also want to like have some streaming stuff as well.
Yep. Go on.
Yeah. Nice guy. The sound effects are off during the interview. They will be back on once the interview is over.
Yeah. Nice guy. You're a legend. Just saying.
What are your thoughts on LA Knight?
LA Knight, aka Eli Drake. Yes, I'm just glad he's LA Knight. He's super talented. He deserves to be pushed. Just knowing what to do with him, that's the case. And that, but he is a very good wrestler, very good on the mic. Just very good. And like I said, I think he developed in TNA, in Impact Wrestling, or whatever you want to call it now. But he was, I think they should give him a big push and put a title on him. I don't know if they're putting the
at least put him like the IC title or the US.
They should give him a push. He is capable of being a world champion and a heel world champion as well, because he was world champion in Impact Wrestling. So he is capable.
Yeah, but give him some time in the WWE, and I guarantee you,
develop him and get him away from Bray Wyatt too. And get him away from Bray Wyatt.
That freaking pitch black match, just sponsored by Mountain Dew. Yo, Palmer, welcome in, my friend.
I like the pit black match. It just didn't go on that long. It's like LA Knight got jobbed out to him. They didn't like give him a chance or anything like that. It's like they jobbed him out. So yeah, get LA Knight away from that and give him a good run. Get people in that he can get a rub off as well, and just push and just use him properly, because you can see how talented he is. He should never became He should never went to that model angle that he did, but he was the male models or whatever the hell they were called. You know, keep him as LA Knight because he's good on the mic. He can talk, and it's basically his LA Knight gimmick is basically Eli Drake. If you watched Impact Wrestling, that is when he was Eli Drake, and I believe that's his name. I don't know, but his Eli Drake gimmick in Impact Wrestling, you know, Eli Drake, LA Knight, pretty much. So it's a carbon copy of that, and he still does the kind of thing. He was doing that as well. Yeah. So just keep him as that, and obviously this is why Triple H. It's again the Triple H factor. He sees that. He sees where the money is, and that's where the money is. But you've got to book him and use him right. Yeah. You know, like I say, keep him away from Bray Wyatt.
LA Knight has grown on Zach Adams the same way. I feel Austin Theory has kind of grown on me, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I liked Austin Theory when he was in Evolved, because I watched his Evolved work, and I liked his Austin Theory and his Evolved work.
Yo, what up, Soccer?
As well. Thank you. Just a quick note. Thank you to that clip. The thing has been deleted. I must have pressed. I was recording something for somebody earlier on, and that clip has now been deleted.
Excellent. Thank you, Eddie.
So, yeah, cheers for that, Eddie. I did not know that as well. So appreciate that as well. And again, thanks to the followers as well, because apparently I've got some followers. But yeah, Eli Drake, keep him away from people like a Bray Wyatt and that, unless you've got to use him right, because the whole Bray Wyatt thing with him and the pitch black match, it felt like it was just like,
it was a sponsored match. It was like they just did it just to please Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it felt like enhancement talent. There's nothing wrong with that match. I mean, all right, Mountain Dew pitch black match, fair enough, sponsored match. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't have the guy come in looking like he's a freaking enhancement talent. I mean, I watched that match. I was expecting a good competitive match out of it, and pretty much he just came in and they jobbed him. They pretty much just jobbed him out. Okay, we'll get you in Bray Wyatt. We'll just drop you out to Bray Wyatt. It's fine, you know. You know, don't do that. Push him and push him right. Get him out there. You know, get him out there and use him properly, and he could be a hell of a talent. A hell of a talent.
So these new,
he is a hell
these
of a talent,
two,
but you know what the WWE booking could be like. Hopefully, Triple H sees that and keeps on seeing it.
oh, Triple H is creative. Freaking love it, man. So these next two questions they're two different questions, but I'm going to combine them quickly. Nice guy for life acts. Do you acknowledge JLD?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. All right. And then only good vibes. His last question before he heads out is, what do you think of Logan Paul in WWE?
This whole celebrity thing. Good question, now. Because this whole celebrity thing, you know, people coming in and saying, "Oh, celebrities have no business being in there. They don't know the business," and all that stuff. The whole thing with the whole thing with the Logan Paul stuff. But the thing I liked about Logan Paul is he gets it, and he's came in. He had a good match. All right, it was his first match with the Miz, so you can probably give him a break on that. But they pushed him and pushed him a little bit as well, and got him a match with Roman in Saudi Arabia.
Crown Jewel.
And that's when it clicked. Because this
Fantastic
guy
wrestler.
obviously gets it. He's a fantastic wrestler. He gets it. He hasn't come in to get a paycheck or whatever the heck it is, or come in to use the properly or anything like that. He gets it. And and I don't care what anyone says, he took Roman to the limit. That Saudi show. That's why he's getting a match now at WrestleMania with him and Rollins.
That's gonna be a good match. I honestly don't know who's gonna win it.
Normally if that had been anybody else right now, I still believe there's some haters out there that still crap on that match, or the idea of that match. Seth Rollins and Logan Paul, really? You know? But I don't crap on that match. Because if anyone can hang with Roman Reigns the way he did, he can hang with Seth Rollins.
Yep.
You know? Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, two top guys right there, pretty much on the same par. Even though Roman's probably up here now with what he's done. You know? If you can hang with Roman Reigns, you can hang with Seth Rollins. Simple as that. And that's what Roman, and that's Logan as well. I think that's what he's. You all see what the build-up is if you watch the shows and everything. You all see what the build-up's pretty much been like with Rollins and Logan.
So, like I always say,
even though quickly to go back to the Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns thing, even though people have also, you know, you talk about Cody, you talk about Sami Zayn, even people want Seth Rollins to beat Roman Reigns. Crazy.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. Nice guy. Appreciate the retweet.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I won't. I'm not saying I won't be opposed to that. You know, like I say, because he's done it before. But you know, Roman. You know, everybody believing that Seth should beat Roman and whatever. Everybody has their own opinions of who it is, but you know, it's just a case of WWE. Will WWE allow it? Because they obviously want the right guy, and like I say, I believe the right guy is Cody. You know, based on what's been going on, that's where they're going to. You know, Cody Rhodes or Sami Zayn. Yeah, we'll go with Cody. You know, that kind of thing. But everybody was craving for The Rock. You know?
I think we all were until we saw Royal Rumble and nothing happened with that, so we just forgot about it very quickly.
Yeah, but everybody was craving for The Rock because the plan was to have Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns night 1 and have The Rock versus Roman Reigns night 2. That was the plan I read. You know, Cody versus Roman night 1 for the WWE title, Rock versus Roman night 2 for the Universal.
For the Universal title, yeah.
Yeah, that was the plan. But obviously, Rock being busy as he can and everything, you can't have that. So that's why they've gone with all of this.
They're still keeping the belts together.
I don't know why they didn't just go with the same thing. Okay, you wanted to go with that plan, Rock and Cody night 1, Rock night 2. Why do you just replace the Rock with Sami Zayn? You know, replace the Rock with Sami Zayn. Have Sami Zayn go for the belt night 2, and have Cody go for the WWE title night 1, and then you've got both belts. That would have been
great. That would have been perfect.
You know, win-win. Everybody wins. Cody gets his title, Sami gets his title, and rightfully so. Win-win. But they didn't see that, did they? So it is what it is.
So I actually skipped this question, and somebody else, Zach, just bought another version of it, so I'll ask it anyway.
I want to make sure that we get all the questions in before we go, please. I don't
Yeah,
want to miss
yeah.
anybody
This is the final question from chat, and then I have a few I want to ask myself related to more Twitch rather than WWE. So, do you think John Cena will win the U.S. title at Mania?
Yeah, I seen an idea with this. Do I think he's going to win? Realistically, he shouldn't, if I'm honest.
Yep.
Because he's not going to be around. Let's face it, he's not going to be around. I think they've just brought him in to give him the rub, to give Austin Theory the rub. And that's fine, you know, because he's not Vince McMahon's boy anymore now. He's stepped up to the plate a little bit, you know. As Roman said, Daddy's not here anymore.
That was so funny when he said that.
You know, that was probably one of Roman's best work. Yeah, Daddy's not here anymore now. It's now to Uncle Paul. Yeah. So his rub that he was getting while under the Vince McMahon regime is now dead. But now Triple H has obviously thought, fuck it, just go back and be what you were before you were Vince McMahon's bitch boy. You know, just go back and be you. You know,
he had everything when Vince was there too.
You know, be the A-Town down guy. You know, win the US title and all that stuff and everything. Go back and do that, and he's done it, and he's done a good job of it. But I think they brought like John Cena in to give him the rub. But I saw a little thing on TikTok that somebody put using, I believe it was WWE 2K23, a little clip together of how if John Cena did win the US title, how he would be booked to lose it. And he would win the US title, this is intriguing, he would win the US title from Austin at WrestleMania, go to Raw the next night, do an open challenge. You know, open challenges he used to do when he was US champion.
Yeah. He was doing it every week.
Yeah, he was pretty much doing it every week, and that's what gave Sami Zayn the push, and even Kevin
Owens. Yep.
Yeah. Sami Zayn, you know, back in the day, come out on the next night on Raw after WrestleMania if he wins the US title, and do exactly the same thing. And the guy that the person picked on TikTok was Matt Cardona.
Oh wow, that would be crazy if he pulled up.
That would be nuts. But like I said, if they're going to bring back Matt Cardona, they need to bring him back as Matt Cardona.
Yeah, not Zack Ryder, not Zack Ryder.
Not Zack Ryder, because he's phenomenal now.
He was NWA champion right now. He still is.
NWA champion. Yeah, no, he's not. Who's the NWA champion now? Is it Tyrus still? Tyrus Brodus Clay. I'm not kidding you, folks.
Who knows?
Brodus Clay's. Oh, it is. I believe it is. Yeah, Tyrus, guy who was known as Brodus Clay. You know, Funk is.
Yeah. Funkadactyls. Yep.
Yeah, Funkadactyls. He's the NWA champion. Go figure. Okay, that's why Nick Aldis says that company's now a joke. Okay, having him as the world champion? Are you kidding me? But he's, to his credit, he's held his own. I'll give him his due. But yeah, he'd be the last person you want as the NWA champion, or your last person you think as the NWA champion. But yeah, he was NWA champion in there as well. He was Impact champion as well. Their digital media champion as well.
Yeah. Wasn't that his own belt though? Like, didn't he just have that?
No, that was the internet title. Impact Wrestling have created their own digital media title.
Oh, okay, got you. It's not the social media or whatever.
Yeah, it's not. It's a digital media title. I think it's pretty much an intergender title, if I'm being honest with you, because I'm pretty sure the women can fight the men for it. But I have to go back and have a look at that. But yeah, he's a lot better now, and he should come back in. And I'll tell you this right now: if that somehow happens, I would mark out, because his wife's back in WWE, Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
So who's to say Matt Cardona won't be returning?
Exactly. Why not?
Yeah, but he needs to be Matt Cardona. He doesn't need to be Zack Ryder.
Yeah, not Zack Ryder. That's to be Cardona. Yo, Fam Diggy, welcome back, bro. I appreciate that raid again, brother. Hope you had a fantastic stream. I know if you had to take care of dinner and stuff, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so the next few questions I had in chat. Feel free to ask us whatever questions you want. They can be wrestling related too. I'm just gonna start asking some Twitch related stuff. Yeah. But there's a channel
Twitch related, whatever floats your boat.
There's a channel point there to ask a question. That way it's in the queue and I can just ask it once we get up to it. But so one of the names you have for yourself on Twitch is the support machine.
Reason?
How did you come up with the name? And also, what to you is the definition of support here on Twitch?
Well, I am gonna get probably so much stick for this if if this gets out. And like I say, this is going on YouTube anyway, so like I say, but I promised myself I came on this podcast, I would be honest, and that's what I intend to do. I'm a man of my word. I did it on B Nizzle's podcast, and I've done it on every other podcast that I've been on. So I'm not gonna fucking, I'm not gonna go back on my word. I'm not that type of guy. I'm gonna be honest. The reason why they call me the support machine is because I learned from people like a Camp, or Harry Camp as he's now calling himself.
After Camp.
I love you, Camp. SB as well. Drip Squad.
Okay.
One person I'm not going to say on here as well that I did learn from, but I learned what he's really like as well, which I had to drop. I had to drop a stream team last year, unfortunately. All I'm saying is, if you know, you know. As well, and people like that. I've learned from people like that as well. Even Realist Rose, I'll throw Realist Rose, but those are the main people. Those two are the main people right there. Camp and SB. How to grow the channel, how to, what to do and get people into your chat. Because it's one thing putting a stream on and everything, but if you're not promoting your stuff, if you're not promoting your stuff out there and getting your stuff out there, nobody's going to come in to see. I've had people whinge at me. I've had a couple of people come in my chat and whinge at me saying, "Oh, I've just streamed for 2 hours and 0 views and everything like that." Well, there's something you're not doing right.
I could go on all day about it too.
Yeah, and that's what the definition is supporting for me. You've got to go into people's streams and network with them. Is it difficult to do? Yes, it's difficult. Because SB comes up with this thing as well. If you want people to come into your chat and everything and network with the people and everything, he tells you to go and message people, or put up a whisper somebody and let them know your schedule and everything like that. A lot of people have came up to me and asked me my advice on that. That is hard to do, because basically that's like talking to a stranger. Pretty much. You don't know this person you're going to talk to in this DM, unless you're following the guy or girl or whoever it is. You don't know who this person is. So you just open yourself and reaching out. Hey, I'm so-and-so, boom, boom, boom. Let's network and I want to come by your stream and see what you do. And, network and hopefully make a friend and a connection. But it's not the easiest thing to do. It's not the easiest thing to do. And I'm sick of people saying, "Oh, it's easy to do that." It's not. It's not easy to do.
Hell no.
It's not the easiest thing. And even that as well. And even stream and even supporting the support I do. I came up with the name, if I'm being honest with you, Support Machine.
Yeah, Support Machine.
I just came up with this name because I do a lot of things. I'm the type of guy that has about 20 tabs open, supporting people. I'd have JLD's tab open. I'd have Matty Pace's tab open when he's on. I've got SB's tab open right now. I've got J Soul's tab open right now. Even got D's Nuts' tab open as well. I'm that type of person that if you roll with me, I'm going to roll with you until the wheels fall off, pretty much. Like I say, I use stream elements. I've got a leaderboard to prove it. That kind of stuff as well. But I always have that, and thank God I have the wherewithal to do this. I have that wherewithal to step back from it on occasions as well, because it is tiring. It is not the easiest thing in the world to do. And like I say, I came up with the name Support Machine, and I didn't fully go, "Oh, I'm now the Support Machine," as an ego trip. No. I just tested it out, and people approved it. People were proving it and everything like that. And, okay, I'll go with it then. If people are approving it, champion. Because it was basically a risk to think, "Oh yeah, he's got an ego, he's got his head stuck up his own ass." No. I just want to come up with maybe a slogan, maybe a name or something to call myself. Because nobody supports like I do. I'm up 6 o'clock in the morning, supporting, grinding, doing all this stuff as well. Why? Because I want to grow on this channel. I want to meet new people.
You gotta have that mindset.
Yeah, I want to have fresh streamers in my chat. I want to meet fresh streamers that have the same mindset, that want to grow. I want to make friends and have good connections with people. You know, I'm not doing this for bots. I'm not doing this to have my, you know, put people in there. That's why
Want to become famous, big follows?
Yeah. Yeah, don't get me started. I'm already famous in my own way. But yeah, I don't want bots. I mean, people follow me on straight on my channel and everything, follow my channel and that. And they look at me and they're like, and I look at them and I think, okay, you're not a streamer. I want to follow streamers. I don't want to follow people in there. If you're a supportive person, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Unless I know you, I'm not going to follow a stream. I'm not going to follow you if you're not streaming. I want to see your content. I want to see what you bring to the table. If you're just like a normal follower, then fair enough. It is what it is. Streaming's not for everybody. But what I'm looking for when I do this, I'm supporting as well, is I want to create friendships. I want to meet new people. I want to go out and you never know, depending on where you are in the world. If I can get to you, I want to meet up someday. Whatever, let's do it. You know, that kind of stuff. I want to have that kind of connections as well. But the main priority of it is to grow my channel, to get it out there to as much people as possible, and say, here, I'm over here. You know, you're more than welcome to come over here one time. You know, come over here and vibe out. You know, I mean, a lot of this stuff as well, and that's why they call me the support mission. Like I said, I made up the name, but it was like, okay, people are proving it, people are going with it. I'll go with it too, you know. But like I said, nobody supports like I do. I bust my ass for this for the Twitch community, and like I say, you can ask a lot of people. I'm not just blowing smoke up my own ass. You can ask a lot of people when I'm like, I don't chat in people's chats that much because I'm always doing my own stuff, trying to set up my own shit. But I will have your tab open, and 99% of the time, if you look at the Twitch chat, your list, stream chat, there's a list, there's a thing that brings your list up of who's in the chat. Guarantee you're going to see me there. Guarantee it.
And you brought up a good point too with like the content stuff. That's after doing supporting for like a little over a year, like you already know how tiring it gets. You get overworked and you feel like you can't do nothing like with your stream because you're just spending too much time everywhere else.
That's why I came up with it. That's why I came up with a philosophy. Okay, I came up with this philosophy when I first met Camp and SB. Sorry to interrupt and all that, but I guess came up with the SB and Camp and everything. I came up with this philosophy. I used to stream 6 days a week, 5 to 6 days a week. I wasn't getting anywhere with it. I used to grind and grind and grind, and it's the worst. It is the worst thing in the world to stream back-to-back days, because you've got one stream and then you're preparing another stream the next day. You're going straight into preparing for the other stream the next day, and then you're getting up the next day and think, "Oh, what am I going to do today? Yeah, I've got to stream." You know.
Yeah, you don't want to get to that point.
Yeah, it kind of wears you out, and when it gets to that point, step back. But I came up with this philosophy that I came up with myself when I first started doing all this and first started working on this and grinding out this stuff. Stream less, support more. That's my philosophy.
And I think that's a lot of people's too. When it comes to me, like
2 to 3 times a week you'll get me. Mostly 3.
Like when it comes to people's streams and stuff, like I prefer, like if I had to go to people's streams every day, I'm gonna make sure I go to people who either like who I know, like I've built some kind of friendship with and I get to know them a bit. And at the same time, you know, if I like enjoy their content, if I get to hang out with them and I like what I see, then I'm gonna go hang out. I think there's too much stigma around going literally everywhere and not enough, work on what you have. Work on your stream, work on your events, your plans, your game shows, your whatever that.
Somebody asked me one time, am I crazy?
What up, Mojo? How you doing?
Nope. Right. Somebody asked me one time, am I crazy? Right.
For the support machine?
Yeah. Am I crazy? No, am I crazy for the support machine? Am I crazy? I'm crazy in general. Both of them. Put them in together. And I turned around and said yes. And they would expect me to say no. But I turned around and said yes. So, You know, I am crazy. You know, but the most thing I am crazy about out of all of this, you are correct in what you say. There's no question about it. You are 110% correct in what you say. Like I said, I don't deny that. The most thing that I want out of this is I want my channel to grow. And get people out there knowing that I'm here and giving them an opportunity to come by and check my content. And like I say, 99% of the time, it's mostly not about the content. People want to come by for you to your streams. Not the
That's
content.
where content comes in.
Content comes in because, yeah, you're playing WWE or you're playing this or you're playing Fortnite. But people want to see you, you know.
Yeah, they like to see. They like to troll me. They like to put all these silly commands, and they come in to say FJLD and all that stuff. Like, they don't. They couldn't give two shits about WWE 2K23 or 22 or.
They want to come in and get to know the person behind all of this. This JLD, just laying down. Who the hell is just laying down? Let's go and find out.
Who's JLD? Sounds like a bot.
Yeah, who's JLD? Let's go and find out. Who's Games Matter? Who's the man behind Games Matter? That's why there's another thing as well. There's another point I'm going to bring up as well. Webcams or face cams. Right? A lot of people think that webcams is a priority.
Nah, it's audio and your content.
Yeah, audio and the content. People think, oh yeah, webcam. You stream, oh, I need a webcam and everything like that. Webcam's not a priority. Okay? A lot of people have got to partner, for example, without even using a webcam.
Bubbles. VTube.
You know? Well, VTube as well. That's a totally different thing. Which is something I'm interested in getting into, by the way. I don't know how I would look on that one, but anyway. But yeah, there's a lot of people that have got in without face cam, without using webcams and everything. But it's not about that. It's about the audio. Don't come on a stream and just stream as well unless you've got a mic. Because then you're doing two things at once. You're just making it hard work for yourself because you're playing the game and you're doing what you're doing. But you haven't got a mic and you've got your headphones on and everything. And you've got people chatting to you in the chat and you're not...
And then you have to respond back in chat. Like, it's not as interactive.
You have to pause the game just to... You just have to type it in.
I mean, hey, I'm not going to knock people's way of streaming, but yeah, it's true. Like, you have to... You know, you got to...
That's not good. If that works for you and you can make that work, then salute. But you're going to find that it's not. It doesn't work for you. Because the number one priority of streaming in general, whether it's Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Kick.com, as I've come across, as well, whatever, as well, the number one priority of a stream is the chat.
Oh, 1000%.
Acknowledge your chat. If you're not acknowledging your chat, wasting your time, and you're not developing these connections, you might as well, if you're not acknowledging your chat, you might as well turn your freaking stream off and play your game offline.
Yeah, exactly. Because then at that point, you're just expecting people to like just come in and send you money when you're not giving them a reason to
don't get me started,
even acknowledge that, you know?
Yeah, like I said, I've come across a lot of streams. But as far as support goes, support the person you're supporting. Okay?
And don't do it as a checklist item.
But yeah, support the people you're supporting, okay? Feel free to do that. And like I say, make sure you go through and follow through with that.
Yes, get to know them. Have fun with them. Build a relationship.
Don't just say, oh yeah, I'm going to support them and everything like that. Is it hard to do? Yeah, because like I say, it's pretty much like you talking to strangers. And your parents probably had you down the road one day saying, oh yeah, don't talk to strangers and everything like that. That's what basically this is. That's what basically this is. You know, I mean, I had a hard time on a few people. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, coming into people's chats and that, I had a few people that I was nervous talking about as well. And I'll throw one name at you, Bubbles. Believe it or not, Bubbles 420. Bubbles. I saw her in Sherry's snack stream bouncing out of Sherry's stream at one time. So I saw her bouncing out of Sherry's stream a couple of times. I was like, oh, it's 420. Who's this? Okay, I want to go and check it out. And I would lurk in her streams and see what she brought to the table. Then one time she was playing Vanguard, and I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go and talk to her, see what she's about. Boom, 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 da, 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 da. Never looked back since. I've always been in their streams, so well, when I can at least. So, but that's what I'm saying. Is it easy to do that? No, it's not. But it's all about the timing. But when you do it, you reap the benefits. Like I say, it works. When you do this kind of stuff, when I do this kind of stuff, I'm thinking long term for my channel and stuff like that as well. That's what I'm thinking about. Is it hard to do? Yes, it is. It's not the easiest thing to do in the world. But I've learned from people like a Cam, like an SB, you know, Biggie Sweat as well. Shout out to Biggie Drip Squad, you know, and people like that. Even bless his heart as well, Mr. Taco Man himself, Johnny the Taco. Even he's been doing it as well.
Exclamation point catch up, Johnny the Taco.
Yeah, you know, bless his heart, Johnny, good old Johnny as well, Taco Truck King. You know, I've been learning from him as well and everything. Even he's preaching it in his streams as well to his people, as well. But is it easy to do? No, it's not. It's not the easiest thing to do in the world. And thank God I have the wherewithal to step back a bit and then regroup, refocus, and then get back into it. Yeah, like I say. But if you just do it, I like to go ham. Sometimes I will go ham on it. Shout out Dark One Son.
Yeah, we love Dark One Son. What's good, champion?
Yeah. As well. And just to go off key here, I'm getting a little annoyed missing your streams, Dark. I see you streaming 6 or 7 o'clock my time. I'm getting a little annoyed missing your streams, pal. Just saying.
I'll be waking up and I'm like watching him at the gym.
But yeah, like I say, it's not the easiest thing to do in the world. Or like I say, if and only if you get, like I say, not everybody's going to work for you. People are going to come through.
And that's fine. Exactly. That's like,
and
it is what it is.
And I take this as, but always be grateful for what you've got. Don't be disingenuous. If somebody comes in
or jealous,
this, yeah, somebody's done this, and this with you, and then unfollows you, let them go.
Yeah,
like I say, it's like
they'll either be back when you get famous, or you'll never hear from them again.
Yeah, exactly. They'll either be back kissing your ass when you're famous, or partner, or whatever, or never hear from them
exactly.
Again, but like I say, it's like that rocket, that space rocket goes up. No one can handle the altitude that you are willing to go at. They don't care about that. They're not willing the altitude. But it's like that. It's not that as well. It's just the content as well. People might not like your content, you know, or people might not be able to get into your streams, you know, at that point. They might just say, "Oh, he's been in my streams, but I've let this guy down. I've let this man down because I can't get into his stream, so I'm going to have to let him go," and everything like that. It is what it is, because time differences are a bitch.
Time zones,
As we're finding out this month with everything that's going on in the US, especially if you live in Australia, they're a day ahead, for crying out loud. So
Australia's on a whole nother freaking day. I wake up at like 7 in the morning Saturday, and it's already Sunday the next day. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah,
like Dark One Son can vouch for that. It's crazy. Yeah, Caltress is another one.
Yeah, and I hate the fact that I'm missing Dark streams because I love Dark. But anyway, but that's what I'm saying. You've got to. It's all about balance, this support and stuff. But when you support somebody, or if you are going to support somebody, make sure you follow through. Don't support somebody and think it and everything like that. That's what Wisebot is there for. And if somebody unfollows you, don't be that dickhead that goes into their stream or goes into their Twitch whisper and say, "Oh, why did you unfollow me?" and everything like that. Don't be that guy.
I've never gotten that, and I swear to God, if I get that, then they're either getting ignored or...
blocked or banned
I'm just, I don't know, because like...
Yeah.
In the amount of times I've been wisebotted by so many people, even banned in some channels.
Yeah.
I don't like, unless I knew them, like if I was like cool with them, like personal basis, it's just move on, you know?
Yeah, you move on.
That's the only thing.
Let the wings fly, if you will. Let their wings fly. Just let them go. If they do that to you, let them go. Do not do anything else. I'm learning all this stuff. I have took things a little personal on some of occasions when people have unfollowed me, but I calm down and I think about it and think about it and think about it and think about it. And like I say, thank God I've got the Elements leaderboard as well. And I don't use the Elements leaderboard for anything else. I don't care about.
I'd rather catch an RKO than unfollow these two.
Yeah. No comment. Who said that? Who said that?
Dark one,
Yeah.
the RKO thing, yeah.
I'd rather. Good lord. Anyway. But yeah, let him go. But like I said, that's why I've got the Wisebot and not only that, the Stream Elements leaderboard as well. I don't use the Stream Elements leaderboard for my ego. Okay, it's not that. I
don't look at mine. There's no point.
I want to know who's coming in my streams. You know, who's supporting me, and I want to acknowledge them, because without them, I wouldn't be streaming. Okay, and it's not necessarily the same person. I'm getting fresh people in and everything like that. That's why I acknowledge the people on Twitter. I shout them out on Twitter, acknowledge them and everything. Look at that, acknowledge them. I sound like Roman Reigns, for crying out loud. You know, but I want to acknowledge them, and my way of saying thank you for even having the time and taking the time just to walk by my stream or coming into my stream and just checking me out and seeing what the fuck I'm doing. You know, seeing what the hell I'm doing. You know, that means the world to me. Because like I say, without you, I'd be streaming to 0 viewers every single day. And I'd be probably going into other people's streams whinging, saying, "Oh, I'm getting 0 views and not getting anywhere."
And people complain on Twitter. People complain on Twitter when they get like a 0.1, 0.2 average.
Yeah.
But then when you look at the channel, there's like no interaction. Like people will come up and then they're not talking to them, or they just say, "Hey, how's it going?" and focus on COD the whole time.
Yeah. I want to clap that, because that's a good point. It brings up to a point as well. Going back to follow, I used to follow somebody as well, and she did nothing but piss and moan on Twitter. If you're not going to support me, then I'm not going to support you, and everything like that. I'm like, for fuck's sake, you know, don't hang around your clique. Don't stick in that little bubble. Expand it. If you've got a clique, fine, but expand that bubble. You know, that's another part of growing your platform and everything like that. Don't stick with the clique.
Yeah, you gotta branch out. You gotta branch out and meet new people. There's still people I follow from recommended that are part of like our group. 2 of them I followed today.
Yeah, you know,
that I've like known for a bit and then finally decided to follow them.
Yeah, but don't go on Twitter and start pissing them on saying, "Oh, you're not supporting me."
Twitter should be for advertisement and just advertisement, or like just talking about your accomplishments. They should not be bitching and moaning on Twitter. And if you like when people are part of that, it's like, bro, you like, yeah, you might get a little few extra views there because of like the drama, but it paints you in a bad light at the end of the day.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, if you're not getting the support you want, why is that?
Content, or you got to reevaluate what you're doing.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to.
The fact that you might be a dick. You might come across as a dick. Personality, you know. There's something. If you're not getting the support you want, there's something not quite clicking with you, is there? You know. It's not the people on Twitter that you're bitching to. There's something not quite clicking. What is that? Only you know that, not us, not me, not JLD, not anybody else, not Campbell. You know, nobody. Nobody knows that other than you. Okay? I've even tried to reevaluate certain stuff as well, and I'll admit this on stream right now. You know, certain things haven't gone my way. That's why I'm messing around with the times. I used to stream at 6 o'clock my time. You know, but everybody was at work and everything like that, and I'm like, I had to change. You know, but that's what you call reevaluating. If shit's not working, if you're not getting the support you want, if shit's not working, pin back and reevaluating the situation. Only you can do that. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You know, what are you not doing right that you want to do right? Because clearly, if you're going on Twitter bitching about, "Oh, I'm not getting the support" or anything like that, there's something not quite right. And at the end of the day, if I could steal a line from Johnny the Taco, that's not a me problem, that's a you problem. Period. Okay?
Hey, start for partner. All right, we're gonna go into one final question, and then we'll finish it up for the night.
Yeah.
What's that?
I want to talk about more. I want to talk about the Twitch stuff. Oh, we finishing off? Okay.
So this will be our final question of the night.
Okay.
And then
I'm just having too much fun.
No, you're good. And dude, I appreciate you pulling up tonight and hanging out with us. Definitely a W chat, especially like the wrestling stuff. I
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
freaking
hopefully we can
awesome
do this again, man. Hopefully we can do this again. I'm
for
down to do
sure.
this again. I mean, I've already got B Nizzle wanting me back on this podcast.
FB News, FB, this is better.
No comment.
So,
I love B Nizzle.
what do you feel has helped you grow the most in your Twitch career? I'm gonna assume it's the the drive to support and get to know people.
Yeah.
But in case it's different, do you think it also has to do with the way you market, or a particular platform that you like to use, maybe Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever? What do you think has helped you the most?
Yeah, it's the platforms as well. Instagram, TikTok. I'm trying to get my other account back because I had it hacked the other day.
Yeah. So,
but I've got another account going. So if I don't get that one back, it is what it is. We move on. What it is what it is. I don't blame anybody for hacking it or anything like that. That's a Facebook, because Facebook is owned Instagram, so I blame Facebook for that as well.
Was it the somebody hacked somebody's account and DM'd you?
No, somebody hacked somebody. No, they emailed me. Apparently my email got changed, according to the email and everything. And I reported it a few times, but it is what it is. I'm not going to dwell on that. Life goes on. It is what it is. I've reported it a few times, whatever. But like I say, I've got Twitter, I've got Facebook. But like I say, Facebook owns Instagram anyway, because they're both the same, pretty much, because they're owned by the same people.
Yeah,
so I blame them for it, because at the end of the day, the bottom line is, at the end of the day, the stuff, the spam messages that I get and everything like that, that's the cause of it, in my opinion. But anyway, I can go on about that. But to answer the question, yeah, it is what it is. I would probably say the supporting and the growth and the willing to do that has helped me grow on it. I would probably go around and say that. But the number one priority, and it's like this with me in anything I do, confidence.
Nice.
That's what's helped me. That's what's helped me. All that support stuff is on the back there. It's on the back burner. It's confidence. Okay. You talk about mental health. I've had mental health issues. I've had issues before and everything, anxiety attacks. Not anxiety attacks, but I've had anxiety and depression. I fight it for over a decade, pretty much, and it still pisses me off to this very day. It takes a train ride back from Newcastle, because I went to do a course. I went and did a course in Newcastle, and it takes a train ride back from Newcastle to wake me up and say, dude, you got to get your shit together. Let's go. I should have done it a lot earlier, but anyway, at least I did it. But yeah, like I say, there's one thing I learned out of that whole situation. I'm an advocate for mental health. At least that's what my friend says anyway. But it's all about confidence at the end of the day, no matter what it is I do, whether I'm wrestling, playing football, doing video games, streaming, mainly talk about streaming here. If I'm not doing this and I'm not getting confidence out of it, I want nothing to do with it. If I wasn't getting confidence out of this streaming thing right now, this streaming gig that I'm doing right now with Twitch, with meeting all these great people and that, I wouldn't be here right now talking to you. Simple as that. We wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Simple. And not that in a nasty way, not that in a nasty way. I mean, there's a lot of reasons in the nasty way kind of thing, but that's another story for another day. But I wouldn't be doing the streaming. I wouldn't even be able to do the stream. Because like I say, it's a lot difficult when you get the idiots that come in and try to rip everything back and everything. You just ban them as well. Not a lot of people like to use the ban hammer. I do. But it's all about confidence. You get people trying to knock the confidence out of you as well. But if I wasn't building the confidence that I was doing, if I wasn't building that confidence, or the confidence wasn't being built on me with the streaming, I don't care what it is I do in my life. I don't want nothing to do with it. It's all about confidence. Like with my job as well at Middlesbrough Football Club. Okay? Even though I've had the confidence knocked out of me of that job. But when I first started that, it was about confidence. It's all about confidence.
You could be somebody that doesn't know the answer to a question, but if you have that confidence baked into you. You could convince somebody of anything as long as it's
Yeah.
logical.
Well, I've never had that confidence. If you take a temperature of my confidence, I guarantee you, or take a thermometer or take a reading of my confidence, I guarantee you it'll be low. Okay?
I don't
No
have
matter
guys.
what. That's why at the end of the day, and this is another thing that's drove me mad about all my life and everything. Oh, mix with people. Mixing with people has never been my forte. Because you never know who you're mixing with. Well, you know. That's why I'm blessed to be doing this thing, because I've mixed with a lot of great people. You know, I've mixed with a lot of great people. You know, even Palmer in there, shout out to you, sir. You know, even mixed with people like that and everything. But mixing with people IRL has never been my forte, my thing. Okay, because you never know, you can end up. And 99% of the people that I end up mixing with, I usually end up in shit that I don't want to be involved in. That's why I always try and keep myself back, and that's why I'm always very protective. I'm like this, like the picture was when he did the promo thing for the show.
Yeah.
And I'm doing like that. That's basically me being on my life. I'm very protective of that, because when, like I say, mixing with people, I could be mixing with people, or I could mix with people and think they're all right and everything. Either that they're doing that to you, stabbing you in the back, or I could end up in shit that I don't want to be involved with. Hence what's going on with me at work. But again, that's a podcast in itself. Trust me. But yeah, and hopefully someday I might be able to talk about that properly, because I'd like to. Anyway, but like I say, it's very difficult for me, and it doesn't help when you get into these situations for your anxiety and depression and everything. That's why I go back to it. I mean, this is the hard life that I've talked about. This is what I'm going to go on here. Hard life that not the hard life. My life has been hard. You know, I've always done things the hard way. You know, going on, I don't know what you guys call it in America. We have a job center over here. We call it the Dole office, to give it its nickname. I was on there for 10 years. I had a great job and everything. I lost my contract, mostly due to what went on in 2004 with me and everything. But I'm not going to talk about that. Like I say, that's a podcast in itself. But over a decade, I spent 10 years on a job center with no job, not knowing what to do, doing the same stuff over and over and over again. And it took Middlesbrough Football Club to basically step up and give me a job to begin with, which I was very grateful for. Very grateful for. But I took that job and I got stick for it because it wasn't a full-time job. You know? And I owe everything to Middlesbrough Football Club getting me back on track. And I will put them over on here. I don't care if they end up seeing this. This is me putting them over. If it wasn't for Middlesbrough Football Club, I probably wouldn't have built the confidence that I've got. Okay?
Things happen for a reason. That's all I'll say on that.
Things happen for a reason, and that happened for a reason. And I had a full-time job at one point. I had 2 job interviews 1 week. I had one full-time one, and I had the butter one, and I took the butter one, and I don't regret doing it. But I got a lot of stick for that. But stuff like that knocks your confidence down. I walked into that club now, a club that I've been with for 10 years going on in August. I walked into there and I had no confidence. We did a 2-day induction day, and I tell you right now, my boss was freaking. I annoyed my boss to the moon and back. Or the man who was my boss at the end of the day, because I didn't know, because I didn't know what the hell I was getting into. I didn't know boot to a goose. And then when I started developing, and now I became the guy that I am. I'm a senior steward and everything else. But like I said, the confidence in a way has been knocked out of me of that. But that's what I'm saying. We talk about confidence. It's the same with this streaming as well. I've been streaming now since back in YouTube days. Okay? Back when YouTube was worth streaming. Not saying that it's not now, because people do stream on YouTube. People have even left Twitch to go and stream on YouTube. And Twitch and YouTube's getting back in there, getting to the streaming thing as well. But there was one time when it was very fun to stream on YouTube, and then all the changes started happening and everything like that, and all these stuff that's going on and everything. And I came over to Twitch. Didn't know Boo to a goose. Didn't meet the people that I've met today. Started doing all the stuff and everything, and I met a few people back then, a few OGs back then, but that was it. And I started bouncing back and forth with Mixer, as well. You all remember Mixer?
Yeah.
But I went to Mixer, did 2 years on there, got to partner level, got denied, had 30 days to correct it, which was fine. I was going to do that anyway, but then, you all know what happened to Mixer. It got sold to Facebook. And I came back over to Twitch.
Take out the competition.
And I came back over to Twitch, and I've never looked back pretty much, because
I think it's just so big of a platform that it's hard to switch over to another platform from Twitch.
Yeah.
There's always going to be some sort of interaction from Twitch in some way, shape, or form, because there's just so many people here. It's too big.
The thing that fucked over Mixer...
And spending money on a lot of streamers like Ninja.
Yeah. They wanted to compete with... They didn't build the platform to the level that they could get it to the point where they can compete with Twitch. They just think, oh, we've got the money, let's go and get Ninja, let's go and get all these other people out there. And that was what cost them.
And then, Ninja's gonna go and say yes, because why? Millions of dollars. Why not?
Yeah.
If Trovo said, yo, JLD, I'll give you $5 million to stay for 5 years, I'll see you guys over there. I'm leaving Twitch. But once Trovo's gone, after spending so much money on me, I'm coming right back. Like, I'm going where the money is.
Yeah, that's what you want, basically. That's the dream if you're a streamer. You want that kind
of course. Yeah.
That's the dream. I'm not really gouging for that at the end of the day. But if, like you say, if somebody came up and offered me that, I'm done. See you later.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but that's what the whole thing was. But you guys, this is what I'm saying about confidence. Not just you. You know what? Sorry to call people out, but I'll run by some names in your chat right now who's in here. People who have came by my streams and everything and hanged out with me and vibed out with me, and even lurked in my streams. I don't call out lurkers, by the way, to the Nimrod that I saw tweeted on Twitter. Oh, you should call your lurkers out. The lurkers are the backbone of your stream.
That was either sarcastic of them, or I have no idea what they're thinking.
Oh, they're stupid. Okay.
Yo, Bella, nice guy, Eddie, Ice-T, I appreciate you still being here.
Yeah, you've got people, you've got people. Let's have a look at the people in the chat. You've got people like Dark One Song came in,
It's okay, call me out.
I'll shout out people who haven't came by my stream, but I've been by their streams as well that have been great to watch and everything like that. They haven't had the time or anything like that because they've got their own stuff to deal with, and that's fine. I'll throw one in there for your Garbage as well, because he's the king of Pump It Up. I've always said that.
Who's Garbage? Who's Garbage?
Yeah. Soccer Chick as well, because she loves
All Out Cambo
as well. Love Cambo because he's your right hand man as well. Even Bolt as well. Give a shout out to Bolt. But
we love Bolt.
It's you people. It's you people. That's what I'm saying. And even D's Nuts as well, who's streaming now.
Step Bro.
You people come into my stream and make that worth getting up. Sometimes I've had this, like I say, going back to what I was saying earlier on, I've had this situation where I'm like, I have to stream today. And when you get to that point, that's a problem for you folks. That's when you need to step back. But but sometimes, and sometimes I still get nervous to this day turning on the live stream, because I don't know what the hell I'm in store for. Yes, I'm setting up the stream. Setting up this and everything. I'm promoting the hell out of it, but I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen on the stream. I could have the worst stream I've ever had in my life, or I could have the greatest stream that I've ever had in my life. And you do get them bad days. But it's you people that make this streaming worthwhile. It's you people that come into my chat, or it's you people that welcome me into your chats or your streams that make this whole thing worth it, and help me build my confidence up, and help me grow and everything. And like I said, Jay Big Dog helped me with something the other day regarding streaming old school PS2 games. Now I can stream
the emulators and stuff. Yeah.
Now I can stream PS2 games on my stream now. I can play PS2 games offline and stream them on my channel. Okay, hopefully I can do that with the PS1 as well, because I actually do want want to talk to him about the PS1 thing as well.
I could help you with that too.
Yeah, and okay.
EPSXE is the emulator you can use for that.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, I know the emulators, and I know what to do on that, but I just don't know what to do with the PS1 now, because the emulator that I've got, I've been told you can stream the it's for PS2, but I've been told you can stream PS1 it, but you can't, because it won't work.
No, yeah, it's a different emulator for PS1. I have it set up.
Yeah,
I could just let me know and I can help you.
Yeah, I want the PS1 one though, because there is a few games that I want to try on there as well that I've seen from the list that I've seen on this website. But that's what I'm saying. That's another thing as well. When it comes to confidence, content. You know, bring it in as well. The confidence to bring this content, the confidence to make this GMW thing as well for you, as well. Confidence, all about the confidence. You guys make them streams worth it. I get on, like I say, I get nervous. Come on, turning streaming. I could either have the best stream of my life. I've had the worst. I've had a few bad days. I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is. You know, you just pick yourself back up and regroup and get back on the saddle again. But it's you guys that come in my stream, or you guys that welcome me into your streams, like
Eddie.
like a Dark One Son. And yeah, I think I've been past Bella Queens a few times as well. I believe.
Mad sus. Bella Queen's mad sus.
Yeah, you know, been a few Bella Queens as well. But I want to be entertained. I've come in for you. I want to be entertained.
That's what we come here for, is to be entertained and, you know, show love to the... as we want.
Obviously, like I said, this is another thing as well, going back in there. When the chat is bouncing, like it has been in like a camp stream or an SB stream, or even Garbage and now throwing that in as well, Mr. Partner himself, you know, the king of Pop It Up, you know, the chat could be bouncing. You could have about 60 odd people in your stream, the views wise. I don't bother about that. But the chat could be bouncing. It could be going fast. And you get these idiots that come in and try to type in, you know, and try to get the person to acknowledge. But it's not easy to do that. A lot of people accept reposts and everything. And 9 times out of 10, they don't acknowledge it. And then they take offense to that. Okay? If that happens to me, you know, I just go into lurk mode and it is what it is. I think even somebody came into my DMs at one point, you know, somebody came into my DMs one point, bless his heart, and said that he was sorry that he didn't acknowledge me in his chat and everything like that. I'm not going to mention his name, but he knows who he is. And like I said to him, what do you think? You're doing what you do.
People miss at the end of the day, people miss messages, and for anybody in chat, if I missed your message today, I apologize. You're more than welcome to put it in chat again. I will acknowledge it.
People accept the repost. Just put repost next to it and then put it in there. Or even highlight them.
I don't even say put repost, just put it again.
Yeah. You can say it, but some people, like I said, a lot of streamers, I've been past a lot of streamers where they take offense to that and they think it's spamming as well. And don't get me started on that. I can go into another one with some wrestling stream that I followed some time before who turned out to be a complete douchebag and a pain in the ass. God,
wait, Lord. People aren't perfect? Imagine Paul Burr. Let them know.
You know. Oh, trust me.
Bella, we intentionally just act sus for Bella because we love Bella.
Nobody's perfect in this world, but there's a lot of people that if they looked up the word perfect, they'd still be looking for it in a dictionary. Even if they try to be perfect and everything like that, because they don't understand it. And obviously they don't understand the meaning of the word respect, because there was a lot of streamers out there that are willing to knock your confidence down. You know, and they don't care if you knock it down or not. They're gonna, if they can't knock your confidence down, then they're gonna try for the next person and the next person until they get their rush of dopamine, thinking that they're on top when they're not. Also, you know, Bella, yes, I did see the enters. I don't know why we're entering giveaways. There is no giveaway right now. and there's another as well, like I say, going back to, you know, if you're, there's another thing that knocks my confidence down as well. And
also, Games Matter, I'll say last note, and then we are going to finish it off.
Yeah, I like streamers and everything like that. I know people have their own thing and their own do. Yeah, you know. Okay. If you the streamers have their own thing and everything, and not everyone could be in everybody's stream and appreciate what you've got today. There's a lot of people that are using the stream teams. And this is what knocks my confidence down. A lot of these stream team guys that preach what they preach and everything. Oh, they're all about this and helping people out and supporting everything. There's a lot of people do that. That's why I've left one stream team that I was in, because although there was other accusations that were made by him and I don't know about it, I've never seen that happen and everything. The reason why I left this person's stream team, and all I'm saying is, if you know, you know, is I don't have a problem with the guy personally. I just didn't think he was very caring of his community. You know, as you should be. If you create a stream team, you're creating a stream team for your reason, and that's another thing that knocks my confidence down as well. And like I say, I appreciate all people that come into my streams, but when I see people not following me, that I've been in their streams a lot much, and I need to change that, and I know, and I'm the only person who can change that, you know. But I've seen people for me that I've been in their streams and supported the pants out of them and everything, but then they've ended up unfollowing me. But like I said, I've took that personally. But like I said, and I'll admit that on stream, I've took that personally. But like I said, I need to be more aware of that. I need to, you know, not be taking things that kind of personally and everything like that. And like I said, nobody else can do that except for me. You know, that's not my thing. But that's another thing that knocks my confidence down, because it's like I look at them and I think, okay, what have I done wrong? Have I done something wrong to them or something like that? And it's like I say, it's that kind of stuff that knocks my confidence. That I take personally, and it knocks my confidence down and everything like that. And it's like, okay, have I done X, Y, and Z and stuff like that? And you know, it's like, hello, have I done something right here? You know, and that kind of stuff. Or if I've done something wrong to you, and I will admit, I have been tempted to go and DM that person, but then I always think, nah, it's not worth it. You know, just hold back and move on. You know, regroup, get your shit together, and move on. That kind of stuff and everything. And like I said, but it is. I do find that difficult to deal with it at times, and I'm not going to lie, it is what it is. Like I say, I am being honest on this show, and that's what this is all about at the end of the day.
And I appreciate that.
But I do take offense to sometimes that as well and everything, and I'm not thinking about why are they not coming in my stream? What is the reason? Time differences. They're not like my content. They're not like me. You know, that kind of stuff. But then you just have to let them go and everything like that. And sometimes that knocks my confidence. But to answer your question, at the end of the day, it's all about confidence at the end of the day, and it's all about that balance.
Comes down to that, yeah.
You know, if you haven't got that balance, then you're going to find streaming very difficult to do, because you need a balance. Like I say, like you say as well, you could be working a 9-to-5 job and you want to stream. But sometimes people have worked a 9-to-5 job and have been too tired to come home and stream. But they have to come up and do a stream and everything like that, and it's knacking them out because they haven't got the energy to do it as well. At the end of the day, confidence and balance, it's about that. If you haven't got it, then streaming's not for you. But like I say, no matter what you do in your life, you should not be doing it if it's not building your confidence. If it's not making you the person that you are trying to become. You know, it's all about confidence. Like I say, if you're doing a job or anything like that, even if you're in a 9-to-5 job and you don't like it, and that's not giving you confidence or anything like that, out. You need to go look for another one. Okay? I'm a big believer in being happy. Be happy with what you do in your life. Whether it's streaming, 9-to-5 job, whatever. If you have to go, like I say, if you have to quit streaming for something and go off and be IRL or anything like that, go and do it. If it makes you happy, go and do it. We will probably miss you depending on who you are. You've got to be happy with what you're doing. Like I say, when you're happy, a happy you is a confident you. Okay?
100%.
And that's the biggest power you can ever have in your life.
I'm never happy. No matter who it is.
If you're not confident in what you're doing, there's a problem. You need to look in the mirror and reevaluate it, whether it's streaming or anything in your life. Because that's what your life should be about. Confidence. At the end of the day. If you're not getting the confidence, there's a problem. Only you can solve that problem, though.
And that's how we'll end it for the night. That was fantastic. That about confidence. That's something that I had to learn a lot. And as we conclude the
all streamers
interview, like everybody in this chat, if there's one thing you take from this podcast today, it is make sure you have the utmost confidence in what you do, because if you're not confident in yourself, nobody's going to be confident for you. You have to do it yourself 24/7, 365, and everything you do, whether it's Twitch, work, family, just and all that. Just take care of what you got to do.
And also just to quickly as well, Zach, Adam, with your question there, if you and JLD formed a tag team, it'll be the JLD Mafia. There you go. Games Matter Mafia. I'm Mafia. He's JLD. Connect that together. There you go.
Games Matter. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Fantastic conversation. I really got to learn a lot from you as well. I will say, like a lot of like you as a person, you from a wrestling perspective, you from streaming. So I'm happy I was able to get you on today. And guys, this is gonna be on YouTube as well. So if you missed some of it, I'll be posting this on YouTube within this week or probably next week and whatnot. Guys, we will stay just for a little bit for some just to chat for a little bit. Yeah. But Games Matter.
Grateful for the opportunity. Thank you also very much for your time. Thank you to JLD for this opportunity as well.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we can do it again. Hopefully we can do it again. But yeah, I hope I've given you some perspective on what streaming is and everything, and hope you've learned a lot from me. What you've saw today is me, and hope that's helped.
Exactly. Games Matter. I know it's late for you. Get some rest. Have a great rest of your night. And I'll even message you after, just like for post podcast, just like, yo, thank you and all that. So
no problem.
Take care, bro. I appreciate you.
Man. Appreciate
it. Let's go. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so notifications are on. Take care, everybody, and I will see you all next time.